The Real McCoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the Real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he may take Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. Old Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the Real McCoys.
Hey, Grandpa, I just seen Mr. Carter driving around the bend in the road.
Oh, yeah? That's why you all dressed up, huh?
Yeah, this time I'm going to do the selling, remember?
Well, now, Luke, I don't know. From what I hear, this Carter's a pretty tough customer. Maybe next time, huh?
No, Grandpa, this time. Now, you promised, and I'm gonna.
Where do you get that stubborn streak? All right, if that's the way you want it.
Good morning. Well, good morning. I reckon you must be Mr. Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm Luke McCoy, and this here's my grandpa, Amos McCoy.
Yeah, howdy. Don't pay me no mind. Just make out like I won't even hear.
Well, I guess you can see the quality of them eggs, Mr. Carter. We try for grade A all the time, but...
Grade A, he says. Well, they're double grade A. Anytime we have a hen that's laying these measly grade A eggs, why, next thing she knows, she's in the stewing pot.
Well, as you can see, Mr. Carter, they are pretty good eggs, though. Some of them...
Pretty good, he says. Now, look, here's one I just take out of the case.
Are they all this size?
Well, to tell the truth, Mr. Carter, they're not.
Good honest Luke. He take after his grandpa. And he's telling the truth this time. Because they ain't all this size. They get big as you go down.
They get bigger as they go down, huh?
Well, now, Mr. Carter...
Now, I wonder where that come from.
I'll give you 24 cents a dozen for the case.
What's that?
Market price is 26, but that's for a uniform large. You've got some runts in there.
Well, seeing as you're a nice fella, we leave him go for 30.
24. Take it or leave it.
29?
I can't wait any longer. There's a lot of other farms around here, and I've wasted too much time already. Goodbye.
Well, Grandpa, ain't you going to call him back?
Call him back? That's what you do. That shows you ain't ready for selling, Luke. Why, that's an old buyer's trick. He wants me to call him back so he'll get him at his price. You just wait. He won't even get in that car. He'll be back. He's playing it foxy. He wants us to think he's leaving. But he won't even start the motor.
Grandpa?
That Carter, he's a sly one, all right. he won't even drive away, I'll guarantee that.
So he won't drive away, huh?
Mr. Carter! Carter! 28!
Oh, I reckon you don't know as much about selling as you thought you did.
I know plenty about selling. That Mr. Carter, he don't know nothing about buying.
Then Grandpa took over. Grandpa, I think it's downright unfair. Luke never gets to do anything that matters around here or make any decisions.
Now, that ain't so. Ain't I always let you pack them eggs? Ain't I let you clean out the hen house? Ain't I let you slaughter the hogs? Ain't I let you do all the plowing you wanted to? As far as decisions go, ain't I let you decide all by yourself which one of them things you want to do first?
And that makes me a real big man.
All right, Luke. Now, look, I was going to take that stuff into town and sell it at one of them restaurants. Now, you go on all by yourself. Go ahead. You just take a flyer at it yourself. Go ahead.
Well, now that's a little better, Grandpa.
Luke will do just fine, Grandpa.
Yeah, it's about time you was getting a little confidence in me.
Well, I sure do have, son. And don't you worry. When all them people turn you down, you just bring all that stuff back here, and I'll see what I can do.
One hamburger. I'm afraid Mother burned it a little.
Look, miss, why don't you make me another hamburger?
Oh. Mother, could you make the gentleman another hamburger? Not so well done. Well, I'm sorry, but we don't have any more hamburger.
Well, how about an egg sandwich, then?
We're all out of eggs, too.
Guess I'll have to settle for the coffee.
Isn't it all right?
Mother used to make coffee just like that. As soon as I was old enough, I ran away from home.
It's no use, Susan. We might as well give up. But, Mother, we can't give up. Why, all our money's in this place. I know, but we're all out of everything, and nobody will give us any more credit. Oh, face the facts, Susan. We're at the end of our rope. Well, I guess we should have opened a gift shop or something like that. Oh, I don't know. A lunchroom seemed like such a safe investment. If only I weren't such a dreadful cook. Oh, look, Mother, I'm no better. It's just that we haven't had enough experience. Susan, any experience. Oh, when I think of the servants we had when your father was alive, I don't think I even boiled an egg. Oh, I know. And he'd never let me lift a finger. Mother, if we could just hold on a little longer, maybe cooking wouldn't be such a mystery to us. Oh, no. It's just no use. We might as well close up now. We'll take the few things that belong to us and leave the rest for the finance company.
Well, good morning, ladies.
Oh, I'm awfully sorry, but we're all out of food. All we have is coffee. And there seems to be some question about that.
Yeah, well, you must be doing a great little business here. It's hardly lunchtime yet, and you're already sold out.
Great.
Well, I guess I come to the right place then. I'm a salesman. Luke McCoys. Yeah, Luke McCoys, my name. I represent the McCoy Farm Products Company. All our eggs are real fresh. And uniform, too. See, the large ones, they're all the same size, and the small ones, so are they. Well, yeah.
I'm afraid we're not interested, Mr. McCoy.
Well, couldn't you just maybe give us a try? You ought to taste our milk. Oh, it's real creamy. And so's our cream. And we can sell it to you real cheap, you see, because it's straight from us to you. There ain't no middleman. Except, of course, the cow.
Mr. McCoy, as Mother
Look,
said,
I've got everything outside in the car. Why don't I go out and bring some stuff in and just show it to you?
Mr. McCoy, I don't think you'd want to sell anything to us.
Well, now, of course I would. That's why I'm here.
We're in no position to ask for credit.
Well, now, ma'am, there's one thing you don't have to worry about with the McCoy Company's credit. Is we only sell for cash.
We can't pay cash. We have no money, and we're closing up, going out of business.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry to hear that, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir, but we're closing.
Well, there's no other place around here. Couldn't you fix me just a little sandwich?
Well, I would if I could, but I don't have anything to fix a sandwich with.
Well, some eggs would be fine.
I'm afraid we don't have any eggs either.
Mister, just a minute. She feeds you all right. Well, practically anything you want. Well, sure, it seems like the young lady forgot that I was about to deliver a whole mess of fresh farm food. Yeah, just sit right there, and we'll have it all fixed for you.
Mr. McCoy, it's awfully sweet of you, but I can't let you do this. I told you we don't have any money.
Well, you will have as soon as the customers start flocking in.
You're an angel. How can I ever thank you?
Well, I'm beginning to see why the credit system's catching on. Stuff.
That's wonderful. I knew you could do it.
Yeah, and I got the full market price for it, too. I didn't have to quibble about it at all.
Oh, I'm so proud of you, Luke.
Thanks, Sugar Babe.
Well, now, Luke, you best give me the money. I'll put it in the cookie jar where it'll be safe.
Oh, well, Sugar, I didn't get no money. You see, I sold it all on credit.
Credit?
Well, I might have knowed. You can't send a boy to do a grandpa's job.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Grandpa. It'll be all right. In business, you have to give credit sometimes.
Well, sure. Well, that's what I did. You see, these folks says going to lose this restaurant. Oh, they'd have paid me, but they don't have no money. But as soon as they sell our food, she said that she was going to pay me first thing.
A fine chance.
There, you see, Grandpa, we ain't never given credit before, but she?
You know, the lady that owns the lunchroom, Mrs. Meade.
Well, there you are, Grandpa. How old is this Mrs. Meade?
I don't know, about 50, I guess.
Oh, well, there ain't nothing wrong in giving the restaurant the food and getting the money later. Since Mrs. Meade is honest, then I think we should trust his judgment.
Yeah, both of them are real honest.
See, both?
Yeah, well, I did most of my dealing with Mrs. Meade's younger daughter.
How old is she?
Oh, I don't know. I guess Susan's about your age.
Susan?
Well, that's what she asked me to call her.
Well, now.
Well, now, what are you standing there grinning about? What's the joke? Let me in on it.
Oh, you're going to be let in on it, all right.
Is she pretty?
Well, I reckon some would say so, yeah.
Would you?
Well, yeah.
Luke, how could you be such a fool to let that woman bamboozle you?
What?
Now you're being let in on it.
Oh, well, now you got this all wrong, sugar babe. I could tell right off she ain't got a mean bone in her whole body.
How do you know what kind of bone she's got in her body?
Well, that's just a way of saying it. Well, I don't mean it.
Luke!
Why are you all... Oh, hell, I can explain that. I know this must look funny to you.
I don't think so, Luke. She ain't laughing none.
Kissed her.
Well, no, I didn't. Of course not. I didn't kiss her. Well, she kissed me. She was just being grateful because I give her all the food.
You kissed her.
Well, now, look, sugar baby, if you're going to carry on like this, I'll just go back down there and I'll get all that food and I'll just bring it right back.
Hey, now, hold it right there, Luke. If she's the kissing kind, you'll probably end up by dealing with the whole darn farm. I better go.
You kissed her.
How do you do, sir? Won't you sit down?
I'm looking for Susan Meade, and I reckon I found her.
Oh, well, what did you want?
You see? Do you see how it could happen to a McCoy that was young and full of ginger?
Oh, are you related to Luke McCoy?
Yes, ma'am. I'm that old goat that's the grandfather of that little woolly lamb you just sheared.
I don't understand.
I thought I heard someone come in.
Oh, Mother, this is Luke McCoy's grandfather.
Oh, how nice. Would you like a cup of coffee, Mr. McCoy?
No, you ain't going to bribe me with none of your coffee.
Bribe you?
Now, look, it ain't going to do you no good playing innocent with me. I'm on to all your tricks, especially bamboozling young, simple-minded farmers out of all their food.
Bamboozled? Do you think that we cheated your grandson out of this food? Why, if I weren't a lady, I'd tell you what I think of you. The very idea of your coming in here and accusing us of cheating you. Why, I've never been so insulted in all of my life. I don't understand it.
Hey, you got a lot of spirit. That don't make no difference. I'm here to collect the money you owe us.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. McCoy. We don't have it.
Well, I just have to take the food back, that's all. We don't give credit, you know. And it ain't the principle of the thing, it's the money.
Well, we have to sell. Now, please, Susan. He's come for the food. Let him take it. The eggs are under here, or would you like me to carry them out to the car for you?
Say, you know, when you get mad, your cheeks get all pinky-like. Well, I best get them eggs. Say, how come you ain't doing no business here? Well, this is an ideal spot for a restaurant. Big factory across the street there, and there ain't no other eating place hereabouts.
Well, when we first opened, the men from the factory did eat here, but, well, now they bring their own lunch. I don't think they liked our cooking.
Oh, hogwash. Maybe they just can't afford to eat out.
Even the owner of the factory brings his lunch.
Gee, you got a nice smile. Well, I best get them eggs. You're a widow woman, I hear.
Yes, but I'll get by.
Well, I know how it is. I'm a widower myself.
Oh?
This all you got to sell? Just these eggs here and that lettuce and them foodstuffs that Luke brought? Nothing else?
That's right, Mr. McCoy. But please take it back. You don't give credit, I understand.
Who says we don't give credit? It's good enough for them big banks. It's good enough for us. Ma'am, you're now doing business with McCoy Credit Farm.
Mr. McCoy, you're just as sweet as Luke.
That's right, kind of you, ma'am. I'll take the coffee now. You do all right. You know, all you need to run a restaurant is good eggs and good coffee. All the restaurant needs is good eggs.
Would you pass the sugar, please? If you don't mind.
Oh, darn it, Kate. Even if you are mad at me, you don't have to be so darn polite.
Don't you shout at me.
I didn't mean to, Sugar Babe, but... Well, it's just upsetting to find out that you don't trust me.
I have always trusted you, Luke. Of course, you ain't been out of my sight much until now. And then the first chance you get...
No, just a minute now. I had plenty of chances to kiss other girls. I just never done it, so.
What chances? What girls?
Well, like, for instance, at the square dance at the Grange Hall last month, when Eloise Simpson asked me to go help her find her purse out in the parking lot.
She never lost her purse?
She had it with her all the time. She was just trying to get me out there to kiss me and hug me. I fought her off.
What'd you say to her?
Well, I just said to her, I told her, Eloise, you stop that. I'm a happy married man. A very happy married man. I liked it. Broke her heart, the poor thing. I told her, I love Kate, and she's the only one I ever will love.
Did you really say that, Luke?
I sure did.
Luke, Eloise never was really after you, was she?
She sure was. Well, that poor thing.
Luke?
Well, no, I just made it all up.
Why?
Well, I'm just trying to do something to show you what I think of you, Sugar Babe. Hello. Yeah, it's me. Oh, yeah, Grandpa. I figured it might be you. What? A side of ham, 2 pounds of bacon, a dozen boxes of strawberries, 6 chickens? Yeah, Grandpa, right away. But what? Hello? Hello? Grandpa? Hello? He hung up.
I wonder what's going on down there.
Well, I don't know, but I better get that stuff down there right away.
Luke, I'll go with you.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Sugar Babe. You're not going to start being jealous again, are you? You know you're the only girl in the world for me.
Sure, Luke. I know it, and you know it. But until I'm sure that Susan knows it, I'm going with you.
I don't believe it.
A hamburger with coffee, Dad. One hamburger.
One hamburger coming up.
Grandpa!
Well, I see you done brought the food. Put it right down there.
Grandpa, what are you doing back here?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm cooking.
Well, I don't understand. Where'd all these people come from?
Well, I tell you, a fella came over from the factory, and I cooked him up a mess of eggs. And he went back and he told a bunch of them. And then they come over, and I cooked up them a bunch. And then he got another bunch. They've all been over here. Well, over there, he owns the factory.
Hi, Luke.
Oh, Susan. Oh, Susan, I'd like you to meet my wife, Kate. Sugar babe, this is Susan.
How do you do?
Hello. I can't tell you how wonderful your grandfather's been. Oh, and your husband, too. Why, when he came in here this morning and we were closing, he was just like a brother to me.
Like a brother? Luke, why don't you go out and get the rest of the food?
Sure will, Sugar babe.
Say, Luke, I want to hand it to you for getting us such fine customers. You're a real salesman.
Thanks, Grandpa.
Sunny side up.
Miss Lee.
Hello.
Sunny side coming up. Kate, this is Miss Mead.
Oh, hello.
How do you do?
And from now on, she's buying all our fresh foods from us.
Oh.
He's been so wonderful, too.
Oh, it's nothing. Well, I just get on with these eggs here. We're really doing the business.
Grandpa, is that lipstick you got on your handkerchief?
What am I scared about? My age, you don't go around spraying about lipstick on your handkerchief. You go around boasting about it.
The Real McCoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he's made Kate Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. Old Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the real McCoys.
Look, you ain't got the sticky board set up yet.
No, I've been reading, Grandpa.
Well, that's a waste of time.
Grandpa, it so happens that I'm reading something that could be important to us. It's about a fellow that's trying to get into politics.
Yeah, see? More trouble.
Well, this fella, Jim Slade, wants to run for congressman. He's coming out for the farmer.
For the farmer?
That's what he says.
Well, now, that's a breath of fresh air in a closed barn. What'd you say his name was again?
It was Slade. Jim Slade. And it says right here, he's aghast at the low prices farmers are being paid for their crops.
Aghast?
Well, that's politics for Ryle.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he says that he feels for the farmer, having been a farm boy himself.
Oh, yeah? He was a farm boy, and now he's running for Congress, eh?
No, Grandpa, so far he's just trying to get nominated.
I'd like to hear a whole lot more from that fella.
Well, maybe you'll get your chance, Grandpa. It says here that he's stomping the county. And this valley sure is part of it.
Yeah? You know, Luke, I'd like to welcome that fella. I'll get a pencil and paper, and you write him an invite, eh?
No, wait, Grandpa. A man like that ain't going to stop by somebody's house.
Well, why not?
Well, he just gives speeches in town squares and such.
Well, what makes a man more thirsty than making speeches? Besides, what's more fit than a man taking refreshment from the folks that's on his side?
Yeah, well, I know, Grandpa, but you just...
Here it is, all weighted up now. Write this. Dear Mr. Slade. No, don't write that. Dear Mr. Slade, Your Honor.
And so us McCoys would be real proud if you stop by and take refreshments with us and maybe meet a few of our neighbors. Respectfully yours, and so forth and so forth.
Hey, what are you trying to do? Go for ground round? Take it easy, will you? Go on, what's next?
Oh, wait a minute, Jim. Let's not toss this one out so fast.
You mean where I should visit them yokels?
Oh, come on, Jerry. Who needs them? Things are going great.
Yeah, in the city, but if we don't get the yokels on our side, you can kiss the nomination goodbye.
You think we really ought to go visit them?
McCoys, absolutely. Look, we'll get more interviews and pictures. Jim Slade rolls up his sleeves with his kind of folks.
Yeah.
And then you and Gladys can spend a day there and show them that you're a real family man, a gentleman.
But, Jimmy, you promised.
Gladys, will you kindly keep your trap shut?
But, Jimmy...
If I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. Don't talk to me before noon.
All right.
Go ahead, Jerry. Write the yokels will be there.
Not enough time. I'll wire them instead. Give them a chance to get some more of their friends there.
Okay. Hey, what are you trying to do now? Make bread? Cover me up. Blow. Relaxed enough.
Oh, Jimsy, we're not going to go to some old farm, are we?
You are, Jerry. It's good for the campaign.
But we were going to go down to Caliente, where they got that cha-cha-cha music, and they make those crazy vodka gimlets that make you feel all, you know.
Oh, no. When the farmers see a candidate, they want to see him with his faithful wife at his side.
Oh, what do you want to be a stuffy old congressman for? I love you just the way you are. A plain, ordinary millionaire.
But don't you understand? I want to have dignity, importance. I want to be famous.
Aren't you famous enough from your trash collection business? All over town there are barrels with your name on it.
I don't mean that kind of famous. I mean with class. Like... what's the use explaining? With you, nothing sinks in.
I no longer wish to converse with you. That was a very ungentlemanly and unpremeditated remark.
I'm all ready for him.
Sam Watkins and the others are all outside waiting.
Yeah, you ought to be here pretty soon now.
Let's see now. Telegram says 2:30.
Aren't you just as excited as can be, Grandpa?
I sure am. And, you know, on occasion like this, I feel that we rightly ought to have old Gloria flying out front there.
Hey, Grandpa, he's here.
Right on time, huh? Howdy, Your Honor.
This is Mr. Slade.
Rightly proud to have you with us. I'm Miss McCoy.
Well, howdy, neighbor. Right nice to know you. Meet the little woman.
The feeling is mutual, I'm sure.
This is my campaign manager, Jerry Young.
Hey, this is my grandson, Luke. And the rest of these folks are our neighbors, and you'll find that they're all for you, too.
Mr. Slade, I'd like you to meet my wife, Kate, and this is my little sister, Hassie. That's Mr. and Mrs. Slade there, and that's Mr. Young.
Why, pleased to make your acquaintance, I'm sure. Oh, well, Mrs. Slade, wouldn't you like to come in the house while the men chat? Would I? This heat is starting to wilt my eyelashes. Right this way.
Gents, I can't tell you how good it is to be back on the farm again. Oh, that good farm air, huh, Jerry? I hope you boys don't mind if I relax. I never could get used to these city clothes.
What I tell you, fellas? Jim Slade is one of us.
Yeah, that's right, gents. Amos McCoy is right. I'm one of you. I'm for the farmer right down the line, all the way.
Mr. Slade, how do you stand on farm parity?
Well, I've been giving that a lot of thought, gentlemen. Yes, sir, a lot of thought.
Well, Mr. Slade, I think what the men want to know here is what's your stand.
My stand is your stand. I see eye to eye with you on that whole situation. That's the only fair deal for the farmer. And I promise, you just send me to Washington, and I'll fight for you boys every inch of the way.
Yeah! I told you, fellas, he's the man for us.
Well, they sure do seem to like him.
Sounds that way.
But they'll probably be in a minute. I'll go fetch us a nice cool drink.
Boy, I could sure use one.
Mrs. Slade, did you used to live on a farm, too, like your husband?
Well, no, hon. But my brother did.
Oh?
He was on an honor farm.
Yes, sir, Mr. Slade. I say you just got yourself a lot of votes out there.
Yeah?
Right, Luke?
Oh, yeah, they sure took to you all right, Mr. Slade.
And you know why? Because you don't put on no airs. You're just a regular fella.
Well, there's nothing fancy about us. Me and the little woman are just simple farm folk, really.
And you know what, Grandpa? Mrs. Slade's brother used to live on an honor farm.
Honor farm? Well, ain't that where
that's where they do welfare work. Public spirited, like Mr. Slade here.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, what a beautiful home you got here. And real lived in. The way a farm home should be.
Well, thank you. Won't you set yourself down in my rock here?
May I? Thank you, Mr. McCoy. Oh, does this bring back memories? What I wouldn't give to be back on the old farm again. Gladys, how many times you heard me say that?
Counting now. 1.
Yeah, she means today.
Well, how about a nice cool drink, everyone? That's for me. Lemonade or iced tea?
Aw, hon, haven't you got something with a little more bounce to it, like a dry martini?
Gladys.
Well, I'm not sure.
We can handle that. Come on, Luke.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Why don't we all sit down?
Grandpa, how do you make a martini?
Oh, there ain't nothing to it. I once seen Cary Grant make one for Hetty Lemon.
How'd he do it?
Well, he just took a certain amount of something, and he took a certain amount of something else, and he put them together and he mixed them up. Get a little ice in it.
Oh, yeah. What was the something?
Well, we tell you some of Les Caller's moon he sent us from West Virginia.
Grandpa, you ain't going to feed Les's moonshine to a healthy human being.
Why not? Miss Slade said she wanted something with a bounce to it, and she is our guest.
You know we only use that for medicinal purposes. Like when one of us is practically dying. Even then, I ain't so sure but what it wouldn't finish us off.
Still nice and fresh. Well, it ought to be. It's imported. All the way from West Virginia.
Say, Mr. McCoy, the Slades would just love to see the rest of the farm.
Oh, we sure would. Wouldn't we, dear?
Oh, no, you go ahead. I'd rather stay here and get acquainted with Mrs. McCoy.
But, sweetheart.
He said, ain't that just like a woman? They'd rather stay here and gossip.
Yeah, come on. Show your arms.
Well, here's to farming.
Now, here's an animal we're mighty proud of. That's Blue Ribbon Stock.
Well, I can see why. Now, there's as fine a specimen as I ever seen. Does he give much milk?
Well, no, not too much.
Oh? What's her name?
Harry.
Yeah, that's a bull, Mr. Slade.
Oh, well.
Jim, you just got to get those new glasses. He's been reading up on so many laws to help the farmers, he's been hurting his eyesight.
Yeah, that's right. What's next?
Something else we're mighty proud of. This way. Well, here it is, our hen house.
And a fine one it is.
Say, Mr. McCoy, these hens... They are hens, aren't they?
I guess your friend ain't a farm boy like you, huh?
Yeah, they're white leghorns. Darn good layers, too.
Oh, yes, the best.
Yeah, I wish you'd tell Jim Phillips that.
Phillips?
Yeah, he's a farmer down the road a bit. Yeah, he has Rhode Island Reds, and he keeps lording it over everybody that his eggs is tastier than ours.
And we're getting gall-done tired of Phillips and his gall-done Rhode Island Reds, I'll tell you that.
Well, I don't blame you. There ought to be a law.
The law?
Sure. What do we need with hens from some other state? I say California eggs should come from California hens.
You ain't joking.
Well, I'll show you whether I'm joking or not. Jerry, make a note.
All right.
When I'm elected, I'll introduce a resolution to keep Rhode Island hens out of California. Let them stay where they belong.
Say, we better get back to the house now. The press should be here soon.
The press?
They're from the city papers. We took the liberty of inviting them to take pictures and interview with Jim Slade and his kind of folks. Say, you don't mind, do you?
You mean folks are going to read about this in the papers? Going to get more votes for Mr. Slade?
Well, that's the idea. So, in a way, Mr. McCoy, you're doing your bit to help get the farmer's man into office.
Yeah.
Grandpa, I thought that fella, Mr. Slade, said that he was raised on a farm.
Must have been a peculiar kind of farm, the way he was talking.
I guess you'll be thrilled if your husband gets elected.
And be stuck in Washington? For my taste, that place is a cemetery.
But think of the honor. Helping to run the country.
A lot he knows about that, after being in the trash collection business all his life.
All his life?
Started as a pickup man. Say, that was good.
I thought Mr. Slade used to be a farmer.
The closest he ever got to grass was the Santa Anita racetrack. Say, you don't happen to know how to make one of these McCoy martinis. Oh, there you are. And where's that nice Mr. McCoy? I sure could use one of his martinis.
I think you got enough, dear. Jerry, Gladys is going to be late for her speech.
Speech? Oh, yeah, the League of Women Voters.
Now, don't worry, dear. Jerry will drive you. Get you there in plenty of time. I'll grab a cab later.
Luke, Grandpa, there's something awful wrong about this. That Mr. Slade ain't never been a farmer.
Well, you can say that again. Luke, you should have never written that in life.
Well, you told me to write it. You even dictated it.
You shouldn't have listened to me.
The bad thing about it is that we got our friends over here and got them believing in that Mr. Slade.
They'll go praising him to the skies.
Yeah, the whole thing's our fault. Here's a man comes in and promises to give this and give that, and without even finding out about him, we climb on his bandwagon.
Sorry, folks. The little woman asked me to apologize for rushing off. But you know how them faithful wives are. Always want to help the husband with the campaign. Say, speaking of campaigns, Mr. McCoy, you might be able to help me, too.
Me? Yeah?
Yeah. Now, when the reporters get here, I'll have plenty of general statements to give them, but I want to pinpoint it. I want to tell them what the farmers around here really want.
You want me to tell you, huh?
Exactly. Now, you just tell me your ideas, and I'll pass them right along to the people. That way we'll be helping each other.
Yeah, we would.
Well, Grandpa, you ain't gonna...
Now, son, it's the duty of every citizen to have a candidate, especially when he's for the farmer like Mr. Slade here is.
But Grandpa...
Now, hold it, the both of you. See, why don't you tell them about that law keeping the Rhode Island Reds out of California?
Oh, you think the folks will like that?
Oh, you bet, Mr. Slade. Why, that is a vote-getter for sure.
There's a lot of things you can tell them.
You really going to come out against Rhode Island Reds?
Right? We don't need no out-of-state chickens in California.
This is certainly an issue we've never heard before.
I'll tell you the reason why. The other candidates don't understand the farmers' problems like I do.
Tell them how you're coming out about that 40-hour week.
For farmers?
Right? Why should the farmer have to get out at 4 or 5 in the morning when the factory and the white-collar workers don't have to start until 8 or 9?
Mr. Slade, under this 40-hour week, doesn't that mean weekends off?
It certainly does. How else can the farmer get out on the old golf course and swing the clubs? Don't ever forget, this is America.
What about the dairy farmers who have to milk their cows every day?
Why?
For the sake of the cow.
I'm not thinking about the cow. I'm thinking about the farmer. The man behind the cow.
Can we quote you on this?
Gentlemen, you can quote me on everything I said today. And I hope you do. Right on page 1.
Well, I wouldn't worry about that, Mr. Slade. I'm sure I can guarantee you a page 1 story in my paper on this. Well, we got to get back to town if we're going to hit the first editions.
Oh, buddy. I wonder if I could get a lift back to town with you.
Well, sure, if you'll leave right now.
Be right with you. Maybe I can think of a few more things to tell you, huh? Mr. McCoy, it's been a pleasure. I want to thank you for everything. You've given my campaign just the shot it needed. We'll be running.
Yeah. But not for Congress.
To the surprise of nobody, Jim Slade today withdrew from the congressional race to return to his trash collection business. Our guess is that his first pickup will be his farm platform.
I think I had to do you, Grandpa. You sure fixed his wagon good.
I sure did, didn't I? You know, I'd give half a year's crop. You'd see the expression on his face when he found out.
Or all the milk our bull Harry could give.
Who is it?
Jim Slade.
Open up. Now, get out of this. I'll handle this myself. Well, take it easy. You just open the door, slip side past now.
McCoy!
Wait.
Mr. McCoy, I want to talk.
What's going on, Mr. Slade? What do you want?
McCoy, you don't think there's hard feelings.
Well, ain't they?
No. Look, I'm in big deals every day. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. So this time I lost, and I deserve to lose. That was a pretty wild idea, me being a candidate. You know, you did the right thing knocking me out of the box.
You mean it?
Never meant anything anymore in my life. And I learned something else out of all this. I learned that a man has no right to represent the farmers of this great nation unless he really knows their problems.
Well, now, that only makes sense.
A matter of fact, the best man for the job would be a farmer himself. A man with practical experience who knows the feel of the good earth.
Well, now you're talking.
But where would we ever find anybody? Hey, wait a minute. Of course. Of course. Why didn't I think of it before? The perfect man for the job.
Who's that?
You, Amos McCoy, for the Congress.
Me? Why, you're joshing.
Well, now, wait a minute, Grandpa. Maybe he ain't joshing.
Hey, Mr. McCoy is perfect. Look at that honest face.
Well, it takes more than an honest face. It takes book learning.
Mr. McCoy, once we get you elected, you won't have a thing to worry about. Jerry and me and the rest of the boys will set up offices down there in Washington. We'll take care of everything for you. We got it all worked out.
Well, now, look. If I'm going down there for Congress, what's you two fellas coming down for?
Every congressman wants to,
Struck out again, didn't you?
Hi. Hey, are we going to Caliente or not? I don't want to miss that daily double.
Gladys, it ain't 12 o'clock yet, and you're talking.
He didn't fool you, did he? I can tell.
Oh, why don't you button up?
You owe me $10. This is one bet I knew I wouldn't lose. He's too smart for you. I tell you, once a trash man, always a trash man.
Is he tame?
He's so crude. Many's the time I thought about leaving him, but I don't know. It would mean breaking up a happy home. Well, bye.
Bye.
Real McCoys. Starring Walter Brennan. Created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he made hate Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. Old Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the real McCoys.
I will get the big pitchfork and we'll do it faster. Good.
That little cuss sure can work when he wants to, can't he?
Yeah, there ain't nobody can touch Peppino when he feels like working. The only trouble is he don't feel like working often enough.
Well, you ought to be used to that by now. When Peppino's in love, he's happy, and he works hard. When he ain't in love,
he don't earn his keep. Now, if he was to settle down and get serious with some gal and get married, he'd be one of the best farm hands in the whole valley.
Oh, Grandpa, I don't think Peppino's got any stomach for settling down just yet. You know, it seems like them young Latin fellas, they always got lots of different gals on their minds.
Yeah.
You know, it must be that hot food they eat. Maybe them tamales.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It's some kind of vitamins that we don't know nothing about.
Well, I think the best thing we can do, Grandpa, is just take Peppino for what he is and be glad we got him.
Yeah.
Well, I better get out and finish slopping the hogs.
All right, Luke. Hey, Peppino.
Si, senora.
Here, sit yourself down a minute. I want to talk to you. Who's the girl you're going with now?
Rosita Lopez, the most wonderful, lovely, beautiful girl in the whole world. I love her with all my heart.
With a love like that, you oughtn't to let nothing bust it up. I'd follow right through on that.
Senor Grandpa, I know what you're thinking. When I am in love, I work hard.
Never entered my mind. All I was thinking of was your happiness.
You know what, Senor Grandpa? I think I propose to Rosita.
Propose?
See?
And get married?
See? Someday.
Someday? Why someday? Why not now? What are you waiting for? Hop in the car and get into town. What's the question?
It's too soon. She only knows me 2 weeks. Very few guys like me right away. I am the sort of a fellow you gotta get used to.
Where's this Rosita at?
She works at the chili parlor, but she comes from a very wealthy family.
And so?
See, her Uncle Lopez owns 4 cows, and they say his bank account runs into the hundreds.
Real society. Now, Peppino, there ain't but one way for you to find out how Rosita feels about you. And that's to go down there and propose to her, right now.
You really think so?
Oh, of course.
All right, I do it, now.
Yeah, the boy, Peppino, and I'll be waiting home to hear the news. Good luck, son.
Thank you, senora.
And one more thing, Peppino. If you get married, you get you a dandy wedding present. A brand new pitchfork.
Grandpa, will you quit fidgeting?
What time is it now, Luke?
It's about 2 minutes later than the last time you asked me, Grandpa. It's 8:30.
Can't figure out what's taking him so long.
Well, Grandpa, he's proposing to a young lady. It's probably taking him a little time to lead up to it.
You got something to say, you say it. Want to get hitched, all right, that's all.
Grandpa, you know you can't do it that way.
Oh, when Luke proposed to you, he left at 7. He's back in the house 10 minutes past. Engagement all made, wedding date all set.
Yeah, well, that was different, Grandpa. You see, I was proposing to a girl that was just panting to marry me.
Luke McCoy.
Yeah, Sugar Babe?
That's a lie, and you know it.
Yeah, I guess it is at that. You see, the truth is, Grandpa, I didn't really propose at all. I just kneeled down to tie my shoelace, and before I could get up, she said, I accept.
Well, say something. Don't just stand there.
I want you to meet my future wife, Rosita Lopez.
Congratulations, Peppino. I know you could do it.
Este es el señor Grandpa, esta es la señora Kate, y este es el señor Luke.
Mucho gusto en conocerlos.
She doesn't speak English.
We're very happy for both of you.
See? We wish you the best of everything.
Peppino, I know you weren't no good at shucking corn, but you sure are humdinger at picking peaches. Say, why don't you wheel out some of the siding and we do a little celebrating, huh?
All right.
You go on in.
What's going on? Who's she?
Oh, well, that's Rosita. Peppino's getting married.
What's he want to do that for?
Well, because because he's in love with her, that's why.
Well, I thought he was always in love with Conchita.
¿Qué fue lo que dijo el niño? ¿Quién es Conchita?
Mi abuela.
Why don't you go to bed, little Luke?
Might as well. Nothing happening here.
Well, when's the wedding, Peppino?
Next week, I hope. Rosita sent a telegram to her Uncle Lopez with the good news. He lives in Ensenada, just over the border. Maybe he sent us a beautiful wedding present.
Yeah.
Well, help yourself, everybody.
Oh, it looks good. Yeah. How about a toast, Grandpa?
Oh, sure thing. Peppino, here's to you and Rosita. May you always be pulling in double harness.
Senor
You know, Peppino, we've been thinking about moving you in from the barn and fixing up the tool shed for you and Rosita.
Yeah, they'll make a real nice little cottage for you.
Oh, I'm going to help Rosita with the curtains and everything.
Gracias.
And you know, Peppino, a fella that wants to work from 5 in the morning till 6 at night, well, he likes to have a nice place to come home to.
Grandpa, can I talk to you? It is very important.
Sure. We go out in the kitchen. I need a little more siding anyways.
Senor Grandpa, first I want to thank you for everything.
That's all right, Peppino. I just hope that Rosita knows how lucky she is getting the best girl-doing farmhand in the valley.
I'm glad to hear you say that because I have to ask you for a raise.
A raise?
Now that I'm getting married, I need more money.
Somebody's been tampering with your siding.
Senor
You know the way things is. We can't give you no raise right now.
Well,
Maybe a year or 6 months from now, yes, if things picks up.
Well, I guess I'll just have to take the job in town. Well, Senor Grandpa, I would rather work for you, but I know they need help at the cannery. I can get more money there.
Why, you pitiful excuse for a farmhand. The only reason I keep you around is because I'm so soft-hearted.
Well, you just said I was the best farmhand in the valley.
Well, what if I did? You have to believe everything every Tom, Dick, and Harry tells you?
I don't want to leave you, Senor Grandpa, but I will have a wife to support.
Well, why do you rush into everything in such a god-darned hurry?
Because you told me to. I wasn't going to propose to Rosita until after the harvest. But, Senor Grandpa, you said, right away, right away, right away.
I've been giving advice all my life, and you got to be the first knothead to take it.
¿Cómo estás, mi palomita? ¿Cómo fue?
Ah. Grandpa, what have you been doing?
Oh, milking. I shall get used to doing all the chores around here.
¿Tu tío, que me quiere conocer? What?
Maybe something's gone wrong.
What are you so happy about? Even if Peppino don't get married and he stays on here, you've been saying he ain't much of a farmhand.
If people would just stop paying so much attention to what I say, we got a harvest coming up, and he's better than nothing.
¿Qué es lo que quiere? Si a lo mejor no le caigo bien, si a lo mejor ni me quiere el viejo. ¿Sí? ¿Que viene mañana? Mañana, aquí va. Y entonces, bueno, pues ni modo, ya, así le hacemos. Adiós. This Rosita's uncle, he sent her a telegram. He says, don't do anything until I get there tomorrow.
Oh, it looks like there might be trouble, eh?
It's nothing to worry about, Peppino.
Well, Uncle Lopez will not like me. I am sure of it.
Well, for gosh sakes, you ain't gonna marry Uncle Lopez.
Yeah, but we need his consent. It is the custom.
And it's a good custom, too.
Don't you worry, Peppino. Uncle Lopez is gonna like you just fine.
You really think so?
Hey, now, wait a minute. Uncle Lopez is an important man. Peppino done said so himself.
Well, what's that got to do with it?
Well, if you was him, would you want some stiffness, no-account farmhand marrying your niece? No offense, Peppino.
Peppino, don't you pay Grandpa no mind. Now, you're a good, hard-working man, and Rosita's a lucky girl.
That's right. Rosita could do a whole lot worse.
Yeah, if she looks long enough.
Thank you, my friends. You have given me back my confidence. I am not worried anymore. I am going to the barn right now. I want my home to be real clean when I receive Uncle Lopez tomorrow.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Peppino. You're going to meet him right here in the living room.
And if you really want to make a good impression on him, I'll let you wear my new white shirt.
Oh, and maybe Grandpa will let you wear his red necktie.
My favorite tie?
Oh, come on, Grandpa. Be a sport.
Well, all right, all right. Thank you. But if you have Sunday dinner with us tomorrow, I want you to protect it now. I don't want none of this newfangled business of laying your napkin in your lap.
Lady Lopez. I don't want to mention no names, but he's here to look over one of us that's sitting at this here table. I just hope this visit don't get fooled by a lot of fancy clothes. Amen. Pass the biscuit, please, kid.
That's a peculiar kind of grace, Grandpa.
Well, that's the thing about graces. There's one to fit every occasion.
And if they don't fit, you got a way of twisting them till they do.
Now, Kate, I was just a referring to what the Reverend Dunn said this morning. Shoemaker, stick to your last, and farmhand, stick to your plow.
Well, I don't recall the Reverend saying that.
Well, if he didn't, he should have.
Why don't you have some pot roast?
Yeah, don't get no gravy all over that good tie of mine.
Oh, don't worry, Senor Grandpa. I am not eating anything.
What? You mean on account of Rosita's uncle?
Oh, no. It is, I'm so full of confidence, I have no room for the food.
If you're not going to eat the peanut, at least have some coffee.
Yeah, it'll settle your nerves.
Well, who's nervous?
Chihuahua! He's here! You should never leave him use our best Chinese. There's no telling when the dime store will have that pattern again.
You are Peppino? I am Manuel Lopez, Rosita's uncle.
I am glad to see you. I am so clumsy. You please excuse me. Will you come in? These are my good friends, the McCoys.
Hello.
Mr. Lopez.
Oh, Senor Lopez, wouldn't you like to join us for some coffee?
I just did.
Well, if you gentlemen want to talk, you just go right ahead. Don't mind us.
We go out in the porch? Yes?
Yes.
Don't you think it's getting a little stuffy in here?
Nice weather we're having.
It's bad for my sinus.
Rosita tells me you came by car from Ensenada. I hope you had a good trip.
Until I drove over a hole in front of this house. I think I broke an axle.
You ain't making much of an impression on Mr. Lopez.
Oh, he's making an impression, all right. All bad.
If there was something we could do to help him.
Now, Kate, this is Pepito's business. It ain't up to us to interfere.
If a man wants something, he's got to go after it. He's got to talk up and say what's in his mind. He's got to have confidence.
Well, on the other hand, if a fella's going to speak, he better have something to say or they think he's a goddamn fool.
If a man loves a girl, he ought to come right out and say so. Or he'll be sorry all the rest of his life.
Senor Lopez, I love Rosita. I don't want to marry her.
Uno. My niece is no ordinary girl.
I know.
Dos. She is used to luxury. The man she marries must be a good provider.
But, Senor Lopez...
Tres. This was my best hat.
Let me fix it.
You fixed it enough.
I could kill myself.
Splendid. Let's go.
No.
Hmm?
First, I must convince you that I am the man for Rosita.
Momento. Is your family from Ensenada?
Si, senor.
You are Garcia?
That is right.
I should have known. There has never been a Garcia who ever amounted to a row of frijoles. They are lazy, shiftless, good for nothing.
I admit that Mr. Lopez is a pretty shrewd judge of character.
I think it's terrible the way he's talking to Peppino.
How can I let my niece marry a man who is nothing, has nothing, and will always be nothing?
I resent that. I don't deny it, but I resent it.
Grandpa, I thought you was again Peppino. How come you to change your mind?
Well, it just ain't fitting to have some stranger come along and tell the truth about somebody so almost a member of the family. I don't think we should even get away with it.
You have the misfortune to have been born a Garcia, which means you are useless, no good, and other things not quite so flattering. But at least you have the honesty to admit it.
Gee, that was a great meal, Peppino, and I want to thank you for inviting us over to these fancy spreads every Sunday.
Me? Grandpa, what are you talking about? Of course, we all know that it's your hired gal that fixes all them high-priced victuals, but then you're the one that pays for them, right, Peppino? Sure you feeling all right?
Garcia has a servant?
Peppino, I noticed one of your cows is having a new calf.
He owns cows?
Oh, yeah, 5. 5 purebred jerseys, yeah. The milk's so rich you can't pour it, you just slice it. Well, I'm just telling Mr. Lopez here a few facts about your farm. Neighbor?
Yeah, you got a great farm here. And why not? Ain't you the smartest farmer in the whole Garden Valley?
Why, then you tell me this magnificent estancia is yours, my good friend.
Well, I have only owned it for a short time.
Well, any girl would be proud to get Peppino for a husband. He's so kind and hard-working and honest.
Peppino, you are the kind of man I want for Rosita. If you find it in your heart to forgive my stupidity.
Uncle.
Nephew-in-law.
Does anybody see my model airplane? Oh, I remember. It's in Peppino's room in the barn.
Peppino sleeps in the barn.
Well, you see, them prize-winning cows, they're very delicate, you see. And a man can't be too careful. Why, Peppino bunks in the barn days on end just to watch over them.
Weeks, months. Sometimes I get the feeling I live there.
Hey, Peppino, when's the wedding going to be?
Well, if the groom were willing to dispense with a few formalities, say the trifling details of a dowry, the happy event could take place next week.
Oh, what's this here dowry?
Yeah, I never heard of that one.
He's nothing. He's just an old costume.
Oh, that's the money and the goods and things that the bride brings when she's going to marry a man.
Well, what do you know? That's like buying a saddle and getting the horse thrown in it.
Senor Grandpa, can I talk to you alone?
Senor Grandpa, this dowry, it is very important. Peppino, I'm ashamed of you. Here you're getting a pretty little girl and you still ain't satisfied.
You do not understand. If he gives us the dowry, I don't have to work at the cannery. Rosita and I can stay here with you.
You could? And I don't have to give you no raise? Lead me to Mr. Lopez. When it comes to bargaining, catch as catch can, there ain't nobody ever took a fall out of Amos McCoy yet. Mr. Lopez, I'd like to talk to you about this dowry business. Sit yourself down.
Gracias.
Now, how's them things arranged?
Well, it's a matter between the two families.
Well, we're practical Peppino's family. What you got to offer?
Senor, this has been a terrible season. The frost ruined the crop, the cow dried up, the burro ran away, and what was left fell into the hands of the tax collectors.
Yeah, well, discounting the usual exaggerating of a farmer, I'd say you had a pretty good year.
Senor, I will make you a most generous offer, so long we don't have to stoop to petty haggling.
Yeah, well, I ain't for haggling myself. What you have in mind?
One fine, healthy pig.
Let's get back to petty haggling.
Senor McCoy, I am a poor, miserable peon. 2 pigs.
And a cow.
A cow?
And a mule in A1 condition, and a full set of harness, and a brass bedstead, and a feather tick, and an iron kettle.
Senor, you go too far.
Senor Grandpa, what are you doing to me?
You're busting up his romance.
Please, Grandpa, call Mr. Lopez back.
No iron kettle.
Plow and a goat and 2 downfield pillars and a big frying pan.
No plow, no goat, 1 pillow, a small frying pan.
A plow and a goat to the dealer's off.
And plow.
Here I go.
Tiene una cabeza de mandado.
Well, did you show her everything?
Oh, yes, I showed her everything. The chicken house, the cow barn, the pigsty. And she liked everything.
¿Qué es lo que están diciendo?
Dice el señor que cómo te gustó todo.
Pues que yo nunca viviría en un lugar tan viejo y tan desastroso como este.
Well? She says the place take her breath away.
I know it would. Sweet gal, ain't she?
Oh, Peppino, did you show her the tool shed and tell her how we're going to fix it up for you?
Oh, yeah. That'll make a right nice love nest.
¿Y ahora qué están diciendo?
Dice el señor que van a cambiar el lugar de las herramientas para nuestro nido de amor.
Precisamente, nido. Pero esto es para los pájaros. Este chivo viejo. Ya estoy hasta aquí con él y con este rancho.
Rosita got a sore throat, has she?
Sí, sore throat. Ese chivo viejo es mi amigo.
Yo no viviré aquí.
Pues usted vive donde yo diga.
Entonces no habrá matrimonio.
Pues no hay matrimonio, ya estuvo suave.
Te odio a ti y odio este rancho.
Oh, yo la odio a usted más y ahora mismo le voy a llegar al restaurante.
I wonder if something's wrong.
Pues yo no viviré aquí.
Oh, no.
Pues usted vive
You gotta
donde
know
yo
these
diga.
people. You see, instead of whispering
Pues
sweet
no hay
nothings,
matrimonio.
they yell them.
Ahorita luego te llego al restaurante. Anda, y voy a comprar un plato de chile y te lo voy a poner en la cabeza.
Te odio.
Pues yo la odio a usted más, vieja. ¿Qué pasó y ese?
Ya, vámonos.
Mendigo tío que tiene ya me cae muy gordo.
You love wonderful.
The Real McCoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the Real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he may take Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. Old Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the Real McCoys.
$35 for taking a teensy-weensy little thing out of a motorist highway robbery. All right, now you got your throat cleared. Leave us hear you talk. Next time, come up behind a man when he's looking at you. No decent place for decent, careful drivers on the street. Let me off the road, I'll show you. You ruined a fine piece of machinery, you road hog!
Why, Eddie, I declare this is the prettiest little car I ever did see.
And he put it together all by himself. That's what's so wonderful.
You know, when Luke was courting me, he had a bicycle and I had to ride on the handlebars.
Well, yeah, but it was pretty snazzy. I had a nickel-plated flashlight taped on it.
It was where it was taped that made it so uncomfortable. Like in Luke for months.
Well, no, he never told me about that.
I know. I hadn't caught you yet.
Oh, Eddie, this sure is a beautiful job. Woo! I ain't never seen one quite like it. What kind of carburetors are them?
Oh, all four of them are Stromberg 98 with progressive linkage. These are stock heads, milled 40,000s, 2-inch valves, solid lifters, 3/4 cam. She'll turn 6,000 RPM.
Well, that's nice.
Eddie, you're a regular engineer.
Oh, not quite. I hope to get into Caltech as soon as I graduate, if I can meet the language requirement.
Well, sure you can. Heck, you talk as good as I do.
He means his foreign language, Latin. He's having trouble.
Oh, Eddie, don't you have to look out for the police when you're driving fast on the highway?
Our club rules won't let us speed on the highway. The minute we break a speed limit, we're out of the club.
Well, what's the use of making it so zippy if you can't go fast?
Well, we race against a stopwatch out on our drag strip, supervised by the police department.
Well, say, I'd like to watch that someday.
Oh, I bet Grandpa would, too. You know, he's always been interested in cars.
Yes, you two will have a lot to talk about.
Boy, Eddie, I tell you, if this was mine, I'd just have the whole thing framed.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Say, do you mind?
Well, no, go ahead.
Huh? How do I look? Yeah. Mind if I kind of just sit in it?
No, go right ahead.
Well, Luke, you be careful not to break anything now.
Oh, he can't hurt anything.
Say, I guess if a fella can drive any kind of car, he could drive this one, couldn't he?
Yes, it's no different.
No different at all. Sure has got a nice feel to it.
Hey, say, would you like to take it for a spin?
Me? Well, now, that's mighty nice of you.
Luke, I don't know whether you should do that. I don't think I'd like you driving a car where you got to wear a helmet.
Well, it's just about like a regular car, Mrs. McCoy. Just responds a little quicker.
Yeah, well, I'll be sure and keep my eye on the responding.
Right. Luke, that helmet looks brand new. You be careful of it.
Yo, I will, sugar babe, yeah. In case I drive off a cliff, I'll be sure and take it off on the way down.
You're bound to get me one way or another, ain't you? I should have stayed in bed today. Boy, have I ever day today. Road hogs.
Grandpa, I'd like...
People, traffic people that don't know no
Grandpa,
more about driving, how do. About driving and you know, the
Grandpa, I'd like for you to meet and know Eddie Collins. He's a friend of Hassie's.
Well, it's a pleasure to know you, sir.
Well, more the same.
Oh, Hassie, you better go get a sweater.
Oh, all right, Kate. Excuse me, Eddie.
Oh, Grandpa, you look a little upset. Would you like me to get you some coffee?
Yeah, that might be a good idea, Kate. It might draw the blood out of my head. You got a machine, son?
Yes, sir.
Well, you like me, you know the knotheads is on the road these days.
Oh, yes, sir, I sure do. Some fella pulled right out in front of me in town today. If I hadn't have slammed on my brakes, I'd have run right into him.
Yeah, do it every time. Same thing happened to me. Fella come up and back at me this morning, never blowed his horn, never yelled at nothing. They expect you to have eyes in the back of your head.
You really have to be very alert, sir.
You know, if I weren't quick on the trigger, he'd have bashed in the rear end. He tried to get me on the way back, too.
But you know, some people think they're the only ones on the road.
Yeah. Where have I hid that before? That ain't no car, that's a bloodhound. Don't unload yourself in my property. It's me. I know it's you. You've been chasing me all day in this speed burner. Doggone it, Grandpa. Luke, is that you in there? Yeah, it's me.
Oh, boy, that smarts. You're really staying my bridge.
Well, what are you doing? So you're the hotsy-totsy.
You're the Model A.
This is the wild hooligan that nearly smashed me.
Oh, Mr. McCoy, you did pull right out without any warning.
And Eddie isn't a reckless driver, Grandpa. He belongs to the Safety Driving Club.
Safety Driving Club? Why wouldn't you be safe? You got everybody else scared off in the road.
Oh, Grandpa.
Hey, Cassie, how could you have a criminal like this in our house?
Oh, Grandpa, give Eddie a chance to explain.
Well, maybe I'd better go. We can talk about it some other time.
You ain't going to talk it no other time here.
But Eddie's a friend of mine,
I don't care. I don't want you going with him. I don't want you nowhere around him.
Oh, golly.
Now, Hassie, pay him no mind. You go on with Eddie. Go on. Now.
You mean to tell me you leaving Hassie go with somebody trying to kill your grandpa?
Oh, Grandpa, you're all upset over nothing. Go on, Hattie. Take him into the house.
Go in the house, man.
Go
in the house. Go, take care of
You
it.
just see him drive.
Calm down.
You just hit right.
Calm
No
down.
respect.
Calm down.
Just can't believe you leaving Hassie keep company with a hooligan like this.
I'm sure it wasn't all Eddie's fault, Grandpa. I know how you drive.
Me, I drive like a lamb on the highway.
Eddie happens to be a very nice boy, and he's smart as a whip, too. What, do you know he made that car out there with his own hands?
Well, the Comanche Indians made them poison arrows with their own hands, too. I guess they ain't got no truck with them kids.
They ain't doing nothing wrong.
They ain't doing nothing. They're taking a nice behaved car, and they're fixing the engine so it's all riled up and nervous. Then they're noising up the tailpipe so you can hear it in the next world. And then they're driving like they want to send us there.
Grandpa, would you please forget it?
Crazy kids, if I...
Look, Grandpa, we still got a farm to run here, and we got to get the eggs ready for tomorrow's delivery. So would you please forget it and start helping me?
All right. All right.
Good. Now, let's get down to business.
We're going to need about 8 dozen eggs.
At least that.
And they all should be sent to jail.
I thought you said you was going to forget it.
Well, I got to taper off, ain't I?
Better pack them eggs in there tight, Grandpa. You know, that road to Fair Oaks is pretty rough.
Oh, I don't go that rough road no more. I found a new shortcut. 2 miles of straight paved highway.
Oh, where's that?
Just beyond Fenley's place. I got to go awful careful about 50 yards, you see, until I get on it. And then it's just as smooth as silk.
Well, I didn't hear about them building no new road.
Oh, it's there all right, and ain't no traffic neither.
Well.
Say, you got the egg list?
Oh, yeah. Here you
Get it all made out so I know who gets what?
Oh, you can't go wrong the way I got it fixed here. See there?
Oh, yeah.
I drawed a mustache.
Well, that's it, Donahue.
Yeah. He gets 3 dozen, see?
Oh, yeah, I can read the numbers all right. It's the words that I can't read.
Now, the eyeglasses?
Yeah, that's Miss Granger.
Miss Granger. And the picket fence?
That's the Fred Morgans.
Yeah.
See, them spots won't come off.
Well, I put them there, Grandpa.
Yeah?
That's Miss Simon.
Oh, the little speckly woman.
Them's freckles. Yeah, you're all set, then.
Well, I'll see you later, Luke.
All right. So, are you sure the car will get across that stretch of rough road? It still ain't running too good.
Oh, sure, she's just fine. All she needs is to get somebody to have a little faith in her. I hope that little speckledy woman likes eggnog. Well, come on, let's hear you. Well, at least you're still breathing. Driving old man away? a dying old man to the hospital with sore feet? I wouldn't ride in your car if you asked me. I'm coming. All the things on four wheels that had to stop.
Oh, I'm sorry, Pastor, Mr. McCoy. I didn't see you sitting back there.
Huh.
Hop in, you look tired.
I ain't a-hopping in the jaws of no loaded weapon.
Well, I'm awfully sorry about the trouble we had yesterday.
Yesterday don't compare to today. Two of your hot potters run me off the road back there by Tucker's Dairy. They smashed all my egg deliveries and ruined a expensive automobile. Made a nervous wreck out of a calm, elderly old gentleman.
Well, let me drive you back to your car. Maybe I can tow it home for you.
No, you go on about your business. It just so happens that I'm a little fussy about who my riding companions is. I've always been a lover of animals, but I put that cow in the same class with that boyfriend of yours, Eddie.
Oh, Grandpa.
Oh, Grandpa, how would you like to ride on the back end of a truck and have a cow's tail flicking you in the face for 8 miles?
But you're home safe, Grandpa, so why don't you forget it?
See, if you tell me to forget it just once more, I'll leap right clean out of these overhauls.
Grandpa, you was in the wrong. That road you thought was a highway's a racing strip, and the city give it to them boys to use.
And that's what I aim to stop.
Grandpa, you can't. You just can't.
Look, them hot potters has got to be stopped. They're trying to rule the world.
Just fine. All my friends at school are really going to love me for this. I won't even be able to face them. Oh, I could just crawl in a hole and die.
Well, Grandpa, you really got a knack for upsetting people, ain't you?
I'm doing what I think I ought to do.
And they say mules is stubborn.
Grandpa, I don't think you got any idea how hard them boys work to get that strip.
Well, I shouldn't wonder. 10-year-olds ain't allowed to buy shotguns, neither.
They've been working at getting it for 3 years. It took a lot of convincing to prove to everybody they wasn't reckless.
Well, I can believe that. It's like a grizzly bear trying to convince you he's a little boy in a fur coat.
Look, Grandpa, the least little thing you say will wreck the whole project.
Good.
I'll get it.
Now, look, Luke. I belong to the Grange and the Mystic Nine Lodge. And when I take them down there and I show them the evidence of my car laying by the roadside, they'll see how it suffered. And I'll guarantee you they'll outlaw everything, including the racing strip.
Oh, boy. Boy, when you set your mind on something, you really go after it.
Goodbye.
Grandpa, I just wish you'd stop and think how many people you're hurting doing what you're doing.
Grandpa, you know who that was? It was Eddie. And you know what he done? He had 2 of his friends go over there and pick up your car and tow it into Anderson's garage, and they're repairing it.
Repairing it? God done it.
Well, Grandpa, it sounds to me like they're doing a mighty nice thing for you.
Oh, hogwash. They're destroying the evidence. I gotta get in there and stop them.
Well, just how do you figure on getting into town without a car? Is your cow friend going to stop by for you?
Call me a taxi cab.
Grandpa, while you're calling it, you might ask him how much it's going to cost.
At a time like this, money ain't important. I don't care how much it costs.
That was pretty fast, Eddie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I sure cleaned a lot of carbon out of this thing. Put on a new head gasket, replaced the points and the plugs. The big problem was the carburetor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was causing most of the trouble, so I replaced it with an old Stromberg racing carburetor from my car.
That looks like a fine job.
Well, you know how I feel about a sick motor. It'll run great.
Well, I'm sure it'll be appreciated.
Yeah. Ralph gave me a hot spark intensifier from his car, and well, it'll pep up the ignition system.
Good.
How's it going?
Where's the owner and operator of this here place?
Mr. Anderson stepped out for a cup of coffee. He'll be back in a while. However, they don't repair bicycles here, sir.
I know that. I come to get my car, and that's her right over there.
Oh, then, you're Mr. McCoy.
All the way through.
The boys and I are very sorry over the little incident.
Sorry? Well, sorry don't feed the bulldog.
Well, you were on the drag strip, sir. And we have signs posted to warn people.
Yeah, and what does them signs say? That the hunting season's open on old men? Well, you gotta get them signs down. Because there ain't gonna be no more drag strip. I'm gonna see to that.
Mr. McCoy, it's taken our club 3 years to convince the city fathers to let us use that strip. Every one of us has worked very hard to get it.
Well, that's no tread off my tires.
Mr. McCoy, most people have the wrong impression of hot rod owners. These boys are all constructed fine young mechanics. Earl Parsons there has already been accepted for training at the Air Force Academy in Colorado. Someday, perhaps, he'll be one of our fine astronauts.
Well, he's got the ears for it.
Paul Raymond there won a body designing contest last month. And as a result, a major automobile company is sending him through college.
Well, they just probably want to keep him off in the street for 4 years. And you, a man of your age, you're cavorting around with these speed demons. Why, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Now you give me the bill for fixing my car behind my back, and I'll get on about my business.
It's under the windshield wiper, sir.
Probably charge me a small fortune to boot. $150. I knowed you'd have a gun in my ribs before the day was out.
But isn't that much, Mr. McCoy? You're making a mistake.
There's a 1 and a 5 and a no. Don't you lie to me, young fella. I know your kind. A bunch of cheats taking advantage of an old man just trying to get a crime paid. Now, look, I've been around this town, and I know the shenanigans that go around here. Rotten chicken. You know, these good shenanigans goes on too far. It's delightful shenanigans. Trouble is, folks comes in to get their car fixed, and they're always complaining about the prices. Mostly crabby old fellas with open cars. You know, people don't realize how much trouble the boys went to get that strip out there, you see. And just because a fella gets run off on the road, he shouldn't get excited and go reporting it up above.
Mr. McCoy, this is our sponsor, Father Donovan.
Why, I know that all the time. These young fellas today, they just don't get the jokes.
Mr. McCoy, about the bill.
Oh, about the $150? Well, maybe you can keep the car, or maybe like a farm.
Mr. McCoy, your bill is $1.50.
Yeah, that's right. I had to buy some new distributor points. I didn't have any on hand.
You fixed it yourself?
Eddie did it. No charge.
You don't cough no more?
Not a whisper.
And here I was about to bite the hand that put in my spark plugs. And that fellow over there is going to college to raise astronauts. He's $1.50. He's $1. He's 50 cents, and I hope you'll forgive me for what I said and what I was about to do.
Why don't you try it out, Mr. McCoy?
I'm anxious to. It sounds like an airing plane.
Oh, Mr. McCoy, be careful. It's a lot faster than you used to.
Yeah, what's that?
I said I put in some new parts in it. I don't think you heard me when I told him about the racing parts.
starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he may take Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. Old Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the real McCoys.
Well, this is it.
That's where old Mrs. Hubbard was strangled 10 years ago.
Yeah, and they say she's still haunting the place.
You have to go in there at 8 o'clock tonight.
Alone?
Sure. Everybody who wants to join the Imperial Demons has to do it. It's part of the initiation.
Of course, if you're afraid, little Luke. Who's afraid? Why do I have to go up to the top floor?
Because that's where she was strangled. And that's where it's haunted the most.
Are you gonna do it or not? Sure, I'm gonna do it. At 8 o'clock, huh? Then bring a flashlight with you, and when you get to the top, wave it from the window.
I'll be watching for the light from my house.
I gotta go home for dinner now.
Me too. Remember, little Luke, you don't get in the club unless you do it.
No, I'll do it. And if you bump into anything cold and squishy like, just scream.
You look a little scared.
Who's scared? My grandpa says us McCoys aren't scared of anything. And why are your knees shaking? I don't know. I'll ask my grandpa.
Hi, little Luke. See you okay?
Yes, Pino?
I am going into town. Is there anything I could do for you while I'm there?
Oh, no. Oh, say, maybe you can find a place to get something fixed for me.
What is it?
But it's from the cabinet. It keeps coming off. Here, I'll show you.
All right.
See?
Oh, the thread is stripped. I'll take it to the hardware store. They're open tonight.
Thanks, Pepino.
My pleasure. Anything I can get for you while I'm in town, Senor Grandpa?
No, thanks, Pepino.
All right.
Holy smoke, 7:30!
What's so worth shaking about that?
Nothing. Just thought I'd mention it. I'm kind of tired. Guess I'll go to bed.
Look, anytime he don't have to be dragged to bed, there's something wrong with him.
It was awful quiet during supper, too.
I think I'll go have a talk with him. You ain't asleep yet, are you, boy?
Not yet, Grandpa, but I will be in a minute. Grandpa, is it all right for McCoy to be afraid of something?
All right. I'd say it is gall done lightly. He's sort of stand in front of a charging herd of buffalo, I mean. Why?
Nothing.
You got a touch of the fidgets, boy?
No.
I know what you need. You need a yarn to take your mind off of whatever's making you fidgety. Did I ever tell you the story about when I come up on the swamp ghost?
Yes, you did.
Well, here's one I never told you. I know this. Is the time old Enoch Trueblood decided to cross the cemetery after dark. Biggest mistake he ever made.
What happened?
Well, you see, he heard these slow dragging footsteps coming up behind him. And every time he turned around, there wasn't nothing there.
Where'd the footsteps come from?
He didn't know. And then the short hair in the back of his neck started bristling up when he seen these blue lights flicking around the headstone.
Oh, hi, Liz.
Hi, sugar. Oh, I thought Grandpa would have the checkers all set up.
Oh, he's inside with little Luke. He's been acting strange ever since supper, and Grandpa's in there trying to calm him down a little.
When we found old Enoch stretched out there the next morning, why, we couldn't believe our eyes. Because overnight, every hair in his head turned snow white.
Was he dead?
Worse than that. From that day on, he was complete addlebrain. Now, you sleep tight, son.
You sleeping, little Luke?
With all this traffic coming through, how can I?
Just wondering, you're turning in kind of early.
Luke, you only find ghosts in swamps and cemeteries, don't you?
Ghosts? Well, if ghosts is what you want, swamps and cemeteries will do just fine. But the place where they really congregate's haunted houses.
You mean like the old Hubbard house?
Oh, yeah. They'd be in the Hubbard house, all right.
How do you know?
Well, all I know is if I was a ghost, I'd sure make that one of my stamping grounds. Sleep tight, little Luke.
How's my little brother today? Is he still sick in bed?
Now, Hash, don't take on about your little brother. It ain't nothing serious. The doctor says so.
The doctor? Little Luke needs a licking, not a doctor. He's faking.
Faking?
It's all over school. It's that stupid old club he so set on joining. He was supposed to go into the old Hubbard house.
The old Hubbard house? So what on earth for?
It's their disgusting idea of an initiation. He was supposed to go in there 8 o'clock at night and wave a light around the top window. Only, of course, he never did it. Wait till I tell Kate.
Hey, now, Hash, look, I'd be obliged if you didn't say nothing to Kate about it just this time, see?
Well, why should he have everybody...
Hash, just don't say nothing.
All right.
Grandpa, I think I got an idea why little Luke shied away from going up to that Hubbard house.
Yeah, well, I have too, Luke. You know, I might have thrown a bead in that boy's bonnet. Tell them about ghosts and haunted houses and such like.
Well, I guess we fixed the boy pretty good, didn't we, Grandpa?
Well, now, look, Luke. If it's ghosts that he's frightened of, let's just go in and tell him that there ain't no such a thing. Come on.
No, well, wait a minute, Grandpa. That way he's liable not to believe you. You see, you got to go in there and kind of bring it up casual like. Don't let him know that's what you come in to talk about.
Oh, you mean talk about something else for a while?
Yeah.
All right, come on. Anybody to home? Well, me and Luke was just talking about what a wonderful mobber shooter you was.
You sure got a knack for it.
Yeah, but them other kids again you don't stand a ghost of a chance. And say, speaking about ghosts, talk to that.
You know, little Luke, now and then you run into people that still believe there's such things as ghosts.
What's so funny? There are ghosts, aren't there? You wasn't lying to me, was you?
Well, they is and they ain't, you see. You understand?
Well, what Grandpa means is that what'd be ghosts to some people wouldn't needs be ghosts for us McCoys. Now, you see?
Well, now, supposing, just for the sake of supposing you was to go into the Hubbard house in the dead of night.
Well, I know. They'd find me there the next morning. My hair all white and completely addle-brained.
No, sirree, not you, they wouldn't, would they, Luke?
Oh, no, it could never happen to you.
Why?
Well, because you're McCoy. And the McCoys can ward off evil spirits. Right, Luke?
Oh, yeah, 100% right, Grandpa. Yeah, you see, the McCoys got something special that nobody else has got. Something that protects them.
You mean like a magic charm?
Yeah, that's right. They got a magic charm.
Gosh, I never knew that.
Well, we figured you're too young to know, you see. Kind of cute the way you wheedled that out of me, wasn't it?
What does it look like?
He wants to know what it looks like, Luke. Go ahead and tell him.
What, the magic charm? What it look? Well, it looks like most magic charms, don't it, Grandpa?
Exactly the same, yeah.
Oh, let me see it.
He wants to see it. All right, Luke, go get it.
Well, I got an idea, Grandpa. Why don't we both go get it? You sure took care of that problem.
Well, he had us cornered.
Well, Grandpa, where do you figure on getting a magic charm? I understand they're kind of rare these days.
Oh, stop talking and start looking.
Say,
Senor Grandpa, you owe me 50 cents for having this fixed. Don't bother me now. Can't you see I'm in a hurry? All right, I just go put it where it belongs. Well, put it where it Here, let me see that. Look, we got it.
That'd be perfect, Grandpa.
But, Senor Grandpa, that's for the... We know what it's for. Come on, Luke. Well, there it is, Luke.
Yes, sir. The genuine McCoy charm.
It don't look like much, does it?
What, little Luke, do you know a fella could walk into a haunted house at night with that and it'd be just like, well, it'd be just like sitting in his parlor.
Golly, where'd you get it?
Oh, it's been in the McCoy family since the dawn of time, handed down from generation to generation. You right, Luke?
Right, Grandpa. And now, time has come for me and Grandpa to pass this on to you, little Luke.
Gee, thanks.
What are you going to do with it?
Well, I gotta read something. I can't tell you what it is, Grandpa. But with this McCoy charm, it'll be a cinch.
I declare, little Luke, you act like you could manage a third helping.
I think it's disgusting the way he's stuffing himself.
Now, has no harm ever came to a boy from eating hearty. And seeing as how this is a special occasion, how about getting out them sour balls I brung home last week?
Well, all right, Grandpa, if you're bound on overdoing things.
Oh, boy, sour balls. My favorites.
Peppino, did you ever get that drawer handle fixed for me?
Si, señora. Senor Grandpa took it. You remember, Senor Grandpa, you took it away from me this afternoon.
What are you talking about? I never seen no drawer handle.
Well, Grandpa, maybe we best just drop the whole subject.
I ain't a dropping nothing. I guess I ought to know if I took a drawer handle or not.
Yeah, well, Grandpa, maybe the drawer handle just disappeared like magic.
I
disappeared magic.
Hey, Kate, say, I got a good idea. Why don't you whip up a batch of fudge? It don't take you about 5 minutes, and them sour balls are probably going sweet by now anyway.
Yeah, who wants them old sour balls anyway?
You kidding? I do.
Grandpa?
Holy smoke. This looks just like my...
Oh, no, it don't. Neither, no.
It looks exactly the same.
Now, little Luke, you going to believe us to your own eyes.
Yeah, well, Luke, I'll tell you what that is. What that is a sort of a combination magic charm and drawer handle.
What's all this about a magic charm?
Grandpa and Luke, you've been telling me a pack of lies.
What's gotten into little Luke? Why, he as much as said that you and Luke lied to him.
Well, that's what I like about the boy. He's always truthful. Hey, Peppino, give me that lantern. I was just looking for you. You say, do you believe in ghosts?
Me? No, of course not.
Well, come on with me then.
Where?
I'm going to the old Hubbard house.
Good night, Senor Grandpa.
Hey, now. I thought you said you didn't believe in ghosts.
Well, I keep telling myself I don't believe in ghosts. But you know what a big liar I am.
8 o'clock already. Would you like me to fix you some coffee, Luke?
What? Oh, no. No, thank you. I don't care for none. Yeah, sugar babe. Yeah, I think I would like that coffee.
Oh, my goodness, Luke, make up your
In
mind.
the coffee pot, Kate. And put it on.
Look.
Dear Kate, by the time you read this, I'll be far away. I guess I'm not mad at Grandpa and Luke. They are only trying to help. But I'm a failure and a coward. Love, little Luke.
joined the Kiwanis. What are you grinning at? You ain't in such good shape yourself.
Little Luke, I thought for a second you were Senor Grandpa. Did he come back yet?
Where'd he go?
Well, the old Hubbard house. I'm worried.
What's he doing there?
I don't know. But he shouldn't go to a place like that at night. It's a very old building, very rotten. He's liable to fall down through the floor and break an arm or a leg. Even worse.
Holy smokes! Grandpa!
Just on an off chance you were floating around in here. All that's got kindly disposed to you. Remember? So if you just sort of keep your friends occupied for a spell, I'd appreciate it. Well, that's a relief. I didn't think I looked that bad. Well, there must be some more around here somewhere. Just gotta blast this lantern in this window.
I can't let little Luke down now. This just goes to show you how people can be scared about nothing.
Ghost, that's laughing. You had any sense, you'll get out of here, too.
Let's go out the back door, Grandpa. I don't know.
Me neither. I ain't getting no desire to find out. Come on, let's get out of here.
Just a minute, Grandpa. We both come here for the same reason. What about that?
I suppose so. I tell you what, Luke. You go on back in, I'll follow you.
Yeah. What?
Go ahead, I'm right behind you. Come on.
Can you hear me?
Hear that, Luke?
Can you hear me?
That high-pitched cracked voice, that's Uncle Hezekiah. I know that voice.
That ain't Cousin Hezekiah.
Grandpa! Grandpa, I was so worried about you. I thought you fell through the floor or something.
You was in that house looking for me? You was afraid something happened to you, Grandpa? Well, that's mighty fine, boy.
I went all through the house.
You did? Well, you was brave, weren't you? But tell me, did you get away up top with that there flashlight of yours?
I sure did, Grandpa.
You hear that, Luke? He made it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you made it, son. You passed the test for your club. That just goes to show you folks are afraid of a lot of things that ain't even there.
Ghosts. That's a laugh.
Well, we don't believe in them.
Wait a minute. We don't believe in ghosts.
Of course not.
Well,
don't tell me, tell them.
The Real McCoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the Real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he made Kate Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia, they came to stay in sunny California. Old Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the Real McCoys.
Oh, can I help you with them almonds, Kate?
No thanks, Aggie. I'm almost finished. Say, you done something to your hair.
I had it touched up a bit. Took 4 hours at the beauty shop. I got me a lemon rinse, had my nails done, and my eyebrows worked over. Discouraging, ain't it?
Oh, I think it looks real nice, Aggie. I'm sure Sam's going to think so, too.
Well,
Hi, Aggie.
Hi, Luke.
Hey, Sugar Baby, you got a pencil? I'm trying to figure out the fence, and we need to fix a chicken run.
Oh, someplace, Luke.
Good. Well, now, let me see, Aggie. This is the first of the month, and you're over here all gussied up. And you got yourself drenched in something that smells like lemon meringue. Put 2 and 2 together, I'd say this must be the day Sam Hartunian comes here.
You mean the Sam Hartunian that sharpens knives?
Mm-hmm.
Big, handsome fella with a big, sweeping mustache and lots of white teeth and a cute little cleft in his chin?
Yeah.
I hardly know him.
Oh, thanks, Sugar Baby. I'll see you later.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought you was fixing the fence.
Well, I just come in to get a pencil.
Us executives got to keep the workers hopping. Well, lemons, huh? Smells more like somebody's baking a lemon pie.
That's Aggie. She spent all morning at the beauty shop.
Couldn't get waited on, huh?
I guess I'll go watch for Sam.
Oh, say, Kate, where's the night you want to sham to shopping for us?
Grandpa, sit down a minute. I want to talk to you. You know, Aggie needs our help.
Oh, I know that. I warned her. No woman can run a farm all by herself. You got to have a man around the place.
No, I'm glad you feel that way, Grandpa. You know Aggie's in love with Sam Hartunian. She'd make him a wonderful wife.
Yeah, she probably would, but you don't go to the party till after you get invites, you know.
Well, that's why you've got to talk to Sam about marrying Aggie. Well, he'd listen to you. You're his best friend.
Well, that's exactly why I won't. Well, I think of Sam is free as a wind. Why, he ain't to be caged up. He's just like a great, big, happy bumblebee, a-buzzing from flower to flower.
It's high time he stopped buzzing around and settled down in a hive.
Well, be well soon as he meets a queen bee with the right kind of honey.
There, Sam is here.
It's about time. Give me them knives, Kate, will you?
Hi, Elsie. You get to be more beautiful by the minute.
Hi, Sam.
And Aggie, you're the same like always.
Hello, Sam.
Peppino, how's tricks? You know, every time I see you in town is with new girl, huh?
Well, sure. Monday, Rosita. Tuesday, Lolita. Wednesday, Conchita. The rest of the week, I go steady.
You little son of a gun.
I'll see you later, Sam.
Sam,
Yes, Aggie.
they're holding a dance at the Grange Saturday night, and well, I was wondering if you had nothing else to
When
do.
our
maybe
Saturday
we-
night,
Hi, Sam. We got your
Good, good, good.
Sam, what about the dance?
Well, maybe some other time, eh?
Oh, Aggie, let's go for a walk, huh? We'll see you later, Sam. Aggie, I meant to tell you how much I like your hairdo.
Well, Sam,
Real
you
lovely.
can thank me for saving you from that designing female.
I like Aggie. She's a fine woman, but every time she open her mouth, I hear wedding bells, ding-a-dong, ding-a-dong. Sam Artunian, he don't like the sound of wedding bells. Hey, what have you got? Good. Thank you.
Hi, Sam.
Hey.
How you feeling?
Fine, Luke, fine.
Hope you've been keeping out of mischief lately.
What do you mean?
Fella come around here the other day asking for you.
Sam Artunian?
Yeah, wanted to know where you lived. Did he find you?
No, I was working out of town for customers last few days.
Oh.
What this feller want?
Well, he didn't say. He just asked a lot of questions.
What kind of questions?
Oh, like how long you been in this country and stuff like that.
Say, how come you didn't tell me this?
Well, it slipped my mind, Grandpa. I figured it wasn't important.
Well, it is important. Can't you see he's twitching the short-tailed car at fly time? Now, come on, Sam. What's this all about?
All right, Grandpa. I tell you miserable truth. When you hear what I've done, maybe we not be friends anymore, huh? Sam Artunian has no right to be in this country.
What?
What are you talking about, Sam?
Artunian is here on visitor's permit. When time comes to go back, does he leave? No, he stays, hiding like thief.
Well, what made you do it, Sam?
Oh, my friends, this is such a wonderful country. Artunian, he step off boat and he finds new life. He's born again. How can he go back?
Well, who said you have to?
Immigration Bureau. That man who was here, always they are looking for me. So now it's time to say goodbye and go somewhere else.
Now, wait a minute, Sam. Running away ain't going to get you nothing. You take my advice and you face up to these fellas.
No, they'll only send me back.
I guess they would if that's the law.
No such a thing. Sam is a good man. And if them migration fellas knowed him like we do, they'd leave him stay here. Now, you take my advice, Sam.
Now, wait a minute, Grandpa. You shouldn't be telling Sam what to do unless you know what you're talking about.
Look, I'm just telling him to be honest, and I couldn't give him no better advice than that.
You think I should give myself up?
I do, Sam, and I'll go along and talk to you.
All right, Grandpa, if you think it's the right thing to do, I do it.
Sam, you'll never regret it. And with me helping you, why, you'll be staying in these here United States the rest of your life.
You are therefore granted a period of 7 days in which to leave the United States. Failure to comply, however, will subject you to such penalties as are provided by the law.
Grandpa, I'm being deported.
Not only that, you're being thrown out of the country. That's a fine way to treat a friend of an American citizen.
Mr. McCoy, I'm only here to carry out the law. I'm afraid the regulations are explicit in cases of this kind.
You're just taking a bunch of them legal words and weaving a noose, and you got Sam's neck in the middle of it.
Well, I'm sorry, sir. There's just nothing anyone can do. I'll read you the actual law. Let's see here. Oh, yes, illegal entry, passport, regulations, failed registered visitor permits, status of aliens who marry American citizens and remain. That's not. Oh, here we are. An order of deportation must be issued when it's established that the...
Hold it now. Back up a couple of feet there. Back to the part about the foreigners marrying American citizens.
Well, it simply says that foreigners who marry American citizens may be permitted to remain in this country.
And you're giving Sam 7 days to get out of the country?
Right.
You ain't got nothing to worry about. It took the good Lord 6 days to create this world. That gives us one whole extra day to get Sam married.
I can't marry Aggie, Grandpa. I don't love her.
Shucks, if you rather get hitched to somebody else, I reckon it don't make no difference.
Oh, it's not that. There is no somebody else.
Well, that settles it then. It's either back to that starving, miserable life you was leading in the old country, or you marry Aggie. I admit it's a pretty tough decision.
He's no choice. I go up to Aggie and I say, I want you for a wife.
You gotta stop throwing yourself at Sam, Aggie. Play hard to get.
Oh, I'm afraid to do that. Even when I played easy to get, he never come and got me.
Well, that's because you're too anxious. You gotta start giving him the cold shoulder for a while. And then when he gets interested and starts coming around and asking for a date...
I'll accept.
No! I read it in a magazine. You gotta keep him dangling for a while. And then after a couple of months, then you say yes.
Maybe I'll give it a whirl. After all, I'm not getting any younger. Come to think of it, I'm not getting any older either.
Sam, what are you doing here?
I passed by. I think maybe I'll take a look at kitchen sink.
Well, you just fixed it last month.
Aggie, you here is very fine surprise. Hey, you do something to your hair.
Well,
It looks
Kate, it's been a most sociable visit. But I really got to be getting along now. Toodaloo.
Oh, Aggie, you don't leave so soon.
Really, Mr. Hartunian, since when are my comings and goings any concern of yours?
What do you say we take a little spin in my truck, eh? We ride in hills and we watch sun setting over reservoir.
Sam, you mean you're asking me for a date?
I am.
Oh, fine. What time will you be? Sorry, I can't make it tonight. But try me some other time. Maybe in a month or two.
A month or two? Aggie, I don't understand. Always you ask me for dates.
Sam Hartunian.
Well, it's truth. Last week you called me 3 times.
Well, I won't be calling you anymore. I wouldn't go out with you if you was the last Hartunian on earth.
Oh,
Well, by the look of this, I guess somebody must have made this as a date for tonight.
Well, if they did, I hope you and Sam will be very happy.
Well, Grandpa, it looks like your big bumblebee just lost some of his bumble.
I don't know what's going on here, but by the look on your face, I'll bet my shirt you had a hand in it.
Well, Grandpa, guess who I just saw in town?
Ain't got no time for playing guessing games.
Who was it, Luke? Sam Hartunian. Yeah. He was packing because he's being deported.
He's a wetback?
But he ain't a citizen. You see, a certain egg candler insisted on giving him some advice.
I was only trying to help.
Well, Grandpa, remember, I warned you. I warned you not to rush Sam down to that immigration bureau.
Well, I suppose you'd have had a better way of working it.
Well, maybe. The whole trouble with you, Grandpa, is you gotta be given advice all the time. You never stop to think that somebody else might have had some ideas about how to help Sam and maybe handle him a whole lot better than you.
Yeah, Luke, yeah. I guess if you was to think up a good idea as to how to keep Sam in the country, that you'd be able to handle it all right, wouldn't you?
Well, leastways, I don't think I'd have got him throwed out right away.
Well, Luke, now, that's because you're smarter than I am, you see.
Grandpa.
Well, I guess there ain't no sense in none of us talking about it no more, because there ain't but one way to keep Sam from being deported. And that's if he was married to an American citizen, which he ain't.
Wait a minute. I got an idea. Why don't we get Sam married to an American citizen?
That's good thinking, Luke. You're sharp as a tack.
Yeah, well, who can we find?
Yeah, well, that ain't gonna be easy.
Well, now, let's see. What female would be best suited to Sam? She should be a girl about Aggie's age. And she should be a tall girl about Aggie's height. And she should have a figure like Aggie's.
How about?
See, you boys are sure sharp today. Your brains is working overtime.
Grandpa, you know the best part of the whole thing? Aggie's got a crush on Sam.
Do tell.
So this whole thing will make her happy, too.
No, boys, I'm afraid this ain't going to work.
Well, why not?
Well, I hate to say this, Luke, but it's because your wife. She turned Aggie against Sam.
She has?
Yep. You know, she's the only thing standing in the way of Sam's happiness. Now, I can twist Aggie around my little finger, and I could have them married in a minute if it weren't for Kate. I guess we better just forget the whole thing.
No, we ain't gonna do no such a thing, Grandpa. No, sir. You go ahead and talk to Aggie. You leave Kate to me.
You want to stop her from butting in?
You're darn right I am. Seeing as how this whole thing was my idea in the first place, I'm gonna see that it's carried through.
Well, I never thought of it like that.
I want you to stop interfering between Sam and Aggie.
Now, Luke.
It's something that ain't none of your business, and I want you to keep out of it.
Now, Luke, I
You've
know
got
that...
no right to go butting into other people's affairs, and I'm going to tell you right here and now, I ain't going to put up with it.
Now, Luke, if you
it
think
so
for 1
happens
minute...
that Sam is going to ask Aggie to marry him, and you ain't going to stand in the way, you hear?
Yes, Luke.
And what's more, I ain't going to allow you to go running around telling people what...
Well, I suppose a wife should do what her husband thinks best.
Well, that's right, sugar babe, yeah. I hope I didn't yell too much at you.
Oh, I deserved it, Luke. I've just got to learn that the men are the smart ones.
Well, they are.
Aggie, God done it. All I said you was a fine figure of a woman even when you saw it.
Now, don't you try to soft soap me, McCoy. You didn't come over here just to say that.
Well, that ain't no way to talk to a neighbor who's just come over for a friendly social call.
I'll believe that when I see pigs flying.
You see better sights than that. Give me that saw, woman.
Hey, now, what do you think you're doing?
Well, I ain't one to stand by and see a delicate flower getting blisters on a lily white hand.
Come on, McCoy. What are you after?
That hurt, Egg. Right there. Did you think that I was after something? When I came all the way over here to tell you about a certain fella that ain't had a bite of food since the last time he seen you.
What the tarnation are you talking about?
You know gall darn well you're just driving that poor soul out of his mind. Affronting them feminine charms at him and dazzling him with all them mysterious women's wiles.
All right, Amos, what do you want?
It ain't me. It's Sam. You know the love bug has sunk his fangs into that poor fella's carcass. If you've got 1 ounce of pity in your heart, you'll give that poor miserable fella a date.
Okay, he's got it.
There he is, moaning and groaning. Turning in the
I said okay.
You did? Well, bless you, Aggie.
Think nothing of it. Well, I'll see you tonight.
What's that?
Kate phoned me just before you come over, and she told me all about Sam. Invited the both of us for supper.
Do you mean to tell me that you knowed all the time you was going to see Sam anyways?
Amos, it ain't polite to stop a man before he's finished his song. Hello, Kate. Do I look all right?
Oh, just fine.
Oh, doesn't it look beautiful? Oh, after all the trouble you went to bring Sam and me together, I don't know how to thank you.
Oh, no need to thank me, Aggie. You're a good friend, and we were glad to do what we could to make you happy.
Say, what's the matter with you two? Sam and me are going to get married like I heard we're going to. You're not losing a neighbor. You're gaining a friend-in-law.
Hey, listen, everybody. Did you hear about Sam?
Sam?
He's in the worst trouble.
Never mind about that now. And besides, you can't believe everything you hear.
But it's all over town. Sam's going to be deported, thrown out of the country.
Hassie, what are you talking about?
It's probably just one of them rumors that get around.
It's not a rumor. It's true.
I wonder what Sam could have done.
Why, he didn't do nothing. He's probably just taking a little trip down to Tijuana. You know how he loves them enchiladas.
Something mighty peculiar about this.
What's peculiar?
I don't see nothing peculiar about it, Sugar Babe.
What could Sam think of marrying Aggie if he's leaving the country?
But that works out all right. We studied it in our civics class last semester. If an alien marries an American citizen, he doesn't have to leave the country.
Oh, he don't?
No, I'll show it to you in my civics book.
You say, that's a lucky thing. Sam fell in love with Aggie just at the right time.
Yeah, it seems like everything worked out just fine, didn't it? Yeah.
McCoy, you and Grandpa knew all along why Sam wanted to get married.
Don't blame them, Kate. I might have known it was too good to be true. I guess I was just kidding myself.
Come in.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. Aggie, you look as beautiful as these flowers. And for you, Kate, sweets to the sweet, huh? And cigar for you, Grandpa. And for you too, Luke. Is it 10 center, huh? You know, why you all got such long face? Is now against the law to smile, huh? Sam say something wrong?
Don't worry, Sam. I'll marry you. Then you won't have to leave the country. That's what you want, ain't it?
I thought I would do anything to be American citizen. I see now price is too high.
I guess your meaning is pretty plain.
Funny thing how a man can have eyes and still he cannot see. And then one day, he's like fog lifting.
What are you trying to say?
I say Sam is stupid like ox. He not understand for a long time when his heart tells him he love you. He would be proud to have you for wife.
Well, that's fine. Congratulations, Sam. Have a cigar.
Thank you, Grandpa, but I cannot marry Aggie.
Give me back my cigar.
But, Sam, if you claim you love me, how come you don't want to get married?
Because you'd never be sure if I did it for love or to stay in this country.
Oh, I'd never feel that way.
Oh, it's no use. Always you would have doubt.
But if I went back with you, why?
You would do this? You would go back to old country with me?
Well, of course. I had such trouble landing you. You don't think I'm going to let you go gallivanting around all by yourself?
That's the pity of it.
What do you mean?
Why, you're taking this beautiful American beauty rose and uprooting her from her own native soil and then dragging her halfway around the world. Why, I can see the picture of it now. This tender slip of a girl trudging for miles to the well in the village and then lugging a jug of water on her aching head.
Yeah, and chasing goats all over them rocky hills barefoot.
You shouldn't say things like that. I would never do this to Aggie. Kate, you believe me, eh?
How can I? When you're taking Aggie away from things like, like Pierre's salon de beauty and lemon rinses, mud packs, and, things that mean so much to a girl like Aggie.
Mighty selfish of you, Sam.
So that's what you think of Sam Artunian, eh? You believe he would be bad for a woman he loves, eh? Well, I show you. I marry Aggie and we stay right here.
Good. Have a cigar. Is it all right to kiss the bride?
Well, of course you can.
Well. Say, you don't smell lemony like you did. You smell good. Excuse me? Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I made a mistake.
What do you mean?
I should have let him deport you.
The Real McCoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the Real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he's made Kate Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. Old Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the Real McCoys.
It says here, the best way to start the boat is to center the plank to be used for the keel between two sawhorses.
Where? This must be this plank right here. Looks beautiful so far.
Grandpa, you're standing there admiring a board.
Use your imagination, Luke. This plank is the beginning of a boat that's going to give us more fishing places than we ever dreamed of.
Yeah, I sure can't wait to get her done. You know, Grandpa, I sure am tired of standing there on the bank catching them scrawny little catfish.
Yeah, well, this will get us a way out when we get the bigger. Well, come on, let's get over it.
Yeah. Let's see, where was we here? Oh, yep. It says, the bulkheads are to be constructed employing the rigid box beam principle.
Fine, I got that. What's it mean?
Well, it means that we're still on the bank with the mosquitoes and the scrawny little catfish.
No, Luke. Remember what Abe Lincoln said. Don't give up the boat.
Grandpa, I don't even know what 5 of them words mean.
Well, forget the words. You can read the pictures, can't you?
Well, sure, but
We'll get it built. It's simple as pie. It's all a matter of keeping the water out by nailing the sticks together in the right places.
Nailing the sticks. Look, Grandpa, I think maybe we better get some help from somebody that knows something about boats.
Well, look...
And I am just the fellow that can do it.
Pepina, what do you know about boats?
Well, I come from Mexico, don't I?
So?
You know the Gulf of Mexico?
Not personal, no.
Well, there are 3 million boats in it.
Well, that's good enough for me.
I said nothing. You got to show me.
Well, step aside, Senor Grandpa. Let me look at the plans, please. Let me see. Now, aquí se agarran las palancas, se ponen aquí cruzar. Entonces le ponen la palanca al lado.
See? I told you.
What? He ain't done nothing.
I like his attitude.
Well, now, the first thing we do is we take these boards over here.
Yeah, well, wait a minute.
This will make the bottom of the boat good and strong.
Oh, they will they?
See.
Well, I'll see you because they don't go in the bottom of the boat. Them fence posts, you put them back where you got them.
Trying to help.
And now get. From now on, me and Luke will do this job. This requires delicate hands and fine brains.
Yeah. Is that us?
I thought I told you to get. You got something else to say?
No, just bon voyage.
He's got a Spanish saying for every sensation. Now, where was we?
Oh, we just completed step 1.
Good. Now, what's next?
Step 2.
See? Now we're getting it. Well, read step 2.
The chine logs are to be selected from 2x2 pine.
Well, let's see how much pine we got left.
Grandpa, I'd like you to meet Harvey.
Howdy.
Harvey Nash. This is my grandpa and my brother Luke.
Howdy.
We were on our way to the movie. We just stopped by to say goodnight.
Well, good night.
Enjoy yourself.
Oh, I see you're building yourself a swamp skiff.
We're trying.
Well, it's been nice meeting you. Hope you enjoy the movie.
Harvey's in my English class. He's our top student.
That's nice.
He's also president of our class.
That's nice. Say, Luke, like I was just saying now.
Grandpa, you could at least turn around and be civil to Harvey.
Now, Hassie, can't you see we're up to our neck in a boat emergency here? Trying to figure out how long a chine log is and what have you?
Well, I still think that
You get the length of your chine logs by first taking the full length of the boat. Then you allow about 6 inches for curvature and then trim down to size.
Say, you sound like you know something about boats.
Oh, I was raised around them. My grandfather and I built 4 boats like this. And then when I got older, we built a 22-footer, cabin and all.
the president of your English class, huh?
Harvey's in my English class. Wait, he's president of my whole class.
Captain and all?
Say, did you ever build one of these without your grandpa?
Oh, yeah, 3 skiffs.
3. Yes. Say, would you do a favor for your sweet old grandpa right now?
Well, sure, Grandpa, if it won't take too long. The movie starts in an hour, and I don't want to come in the middle of Burt Lancaster.
Well, I tell you now, Hash, you just run up to the house, and on top of the mantel over the fireplace is my eyeglasses, and bring them down for me, would you?
All right, Grandpa. I'll be right back, Harvey.
Yeah, and walk real slow, Hash. Remember, they're breakable.
I will.
It's always a fine pleasure to meet a boy who likes to build a boat with a grandpa.
Patsy, I thought you was on your way to Burt Lancaster.
Grandpa asked me to get his glasses.
I sure liked your Harvey.
Isn't he something? He's the cutest fellow in school.
Well, I can see where he would be. Are the glasses up there?
This is where Grandpa said they'd be. All the girls in school are crazy over Harvey, especially Nancy Crenshaw.
She your competition?
I'll say. Gosh, she's got her own car and everything. I guess I'm lucky Harvey even sees me at all.
Did Grandpa seem to like him?
Not at first, I don't think. But then he kind of warmed up to him.
Well, that's a good sign.
Gosh, Kate, I just can't find those glasses. I don't want Harvey to get mad at me for being late for the picture.
Patsy, you go on. I'll look for the glasses and take them out to Grandpa myself.
Thanks. I guess you were young once, too. Harvey, what are you doing?
Well, I was just trying to... Doggone it, Hassie. Don't ever yell at a man when he's under a boat like that. Now, you see what you've done? Now, come on, let's get this back together again here. Come on, Gov.
Sure got a lot of work done on her.
Thanks to Harvey here.
Well, where's Hassie, Mrs. McCoy?
Oh, she went to bed about 10.
10 o'clock, but oh, gosh, it's 10:30.
She goes, look, where'd the time go?
Gee, I'm awfully sorry. Was Hassie all upset?
Well, she was a bit disappointed. You know, Burt Lancaster's her middle name.
Yeah, I know. Gee, I really spoiled her evening, didn't I?
Well, it's not the end of the world. I tell you, why don't you come to supper tomorrow night?
That'd be swell.
We'll see you about 5:30 then.
Okay, thanks. Well, I guess I better be going now. Good night.
Bye,
Harv.
Harv.
Night, Harv. See you tomorrow night.
Gee, that's a good idea, asking him over for supper. But he shouldn't wear his good clothes again. He'd get him all dirty walking on that boat, you know.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to get him messed
No,
up.
I'll go tell him.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Amos Grandpa McCoy.
Well, what are you riled about?
I just want to make it clear that Harvey Nash is not going to be working on the boat tomorrow night.
But, Kate, we need him.
He's coming to see Hassie, and that's all he's going to do.
But all we're asking is...
You already ruined one evening for Hassie. You're not going to ruin another.
But doggone it, Kate, we can't build a boat without him. That boy's got a real boat brain.
I have to build it without him. That's all there is to it. And when Harvey comes tomorrow night, I don't want you to even mention the boat. Is that clear? Please?
Kate's right, Grandpa. It won't happen again, sugar. We'll manage somehow.
Having Harvey around was like having a nice new set of tools. Except when somebody stole the handles off.
Having completed step 4, line up the chine logs with the stringers. The stringers is what we passed by in step 3 because we didn't know what we was doing. Supper time.
Don't pay that no mind. Me and you's going to sit here and do this until we get it lit. Let's try quitting the reading for now and do it by the pictures. We're both good at that.
Señores, I have a one-word message for you from Señora Kate.
What?
Que la comida está servida, que se está enfriando en la mesa, y ustedes están perdiendo tiempo en esta babosada, y esta señora está furiosa.
I think we better go into supper.
No, not only figure this out.
Oh, you better go in. You have company. Harvey's here. Adios.
Oh, the heck with the company. Harvey. That's a good boy.
No, just wait a minute, Grandpa. Kate laid down the law. We ain't even supposed to talk boats with Harvey no more.
Well, all I'm aiming to do is get a little advice. Ain't no harm in that. I wasn't going to get him to work in the boat.
Now, look, Grandpa, Kate don't even want us to talk about it, and that's the way it's going to be.
But look, I'm
No, Grandpa.
But look.
I said no, you understand?
let's go into supper. Baked fish tastes terrible mean when it's cold.
Fish? Fish is caught from boats. Well, it's a start.
Then Harvey and I really got to know each other when he put me on his dance committee.
Oh, I see.
Say, speaking of dancing, I love barn dances.
Yeah, he sure does.
And speaking of barns, you know, we could have a dance in ours if we was through with what's going on out there.
Grandpa,
I was only speaking of dancing.
eat your fish.
Speaking of fish,
You were on the school football team, weren't you, Harvey?
what's that got to do with fish?
Harvey was a star end.
Oh, he was. Well, now,
Yeah, me and little Luke, we saw you play twice. Against Simmons High, and
did you ever play Lakeside School?
Oh, sure.
Well, speaking of lakes,
Play Lakeside, Grandpa. That was the game he caught that long pass for a touchdown.
It was sure thrilling.
Well, 3 times I thought sure they were going to tackle you.
speaking of tackle,
You shook him off and went right on down for that touchdown. Golly.
That was nothing, really.
why can't we have a little boy that's shy in front of strangers?
Grandpa, your plate's almost empty. Would you like seconds?
Well, I'll get him myself, Kate.
Well, thank you, Grandpa. Keep them warm in the oven.
Don't go way off.
Well, by the way, Luke, how's the boat coming?
Oh, fine, I guess. Say, Harv, you going to play on the team again this year?
No, I don't think so. Being president of my class, I just don't have time.
Now, what was you talking about, huh?
I said, being president of my class, I won't have time to play football this year.
No, before that.
The dance committee?
No, after dancing and before being too busy.
Harvey and I are finished eating. May we be excused so we can get on to the movie?
Of course.
Hey, may I be excused, too?
Of course you may, little Luke, but first wipe the string beans off your face.
All I'm going to do is go to my room.
Why?
Yes, you look real pretty.
Well, thank you, Grandpa.
But there's just one thing. I wouldn't say that alfalfa-colored sweater was exactly in tune with that apricot-colored skirt.
Really?
Well, Grandpa, I swear that's the first time you ever noticed anything like that.
Oh, there's a lot of things catch my eye. I don't leave out of my mouth. Now, Hash, you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see Kate's autumn leaf-colored sweater with that.
Well, I declare, Grandpa, you sure got a pretty good idea about what's dressy.
Well, that is a good idea, Hassie. Come on, I'll show you where it is.
Now, sit yourself down. Tell us this. How do you connect up the stringers with the chine log, and what's a constant beam?
Well, the beam is the width of the boat, and it has to be the same up to a certain point in the boat. And then it narrows down and curves in towards the bow.
Well, for Pete's sake, I should have known that.
Yeah, but you didn't. And now, how do you hook up the stringers?
Well, just about how far are you on the boat?
Well, you mean since we seen you last? Well, we're just
about where we was when we seen you last.
You mean you haven't done anything since last night?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there's only one thing that's holding us up. What to do next and how you do it.
Oh, I can show you in a minute.
Well, now, look, Ash, it's going to be quite a while putting that sweater on. There's an awful lot of buttons on there. Come on, we go down to the bar.
Grandpa, no, can't you?
You going down with us, you going to stay here in a white fear and sweat.
Well, I'm feeling kind of cowardly tonight, Grandpa. I think I'll just sit here.
Grandpa was right, Hassie. That is going to look better. Well, where are you two going?
Well, we was just going out to get the air and walk off the fish.
In the direction of the barn, I suppose.
It ain't no choice. The other path goes to the pigsty, and that ain't no beauty walk.
Paul, you're storying.
Now, look, Kate, all I want to do is get a couple of pointers from Harvey here so as we can get started again.
And he'll end up in the barn, working away all night.
Oh, no, ma'am. I'm just going to get him started, and then I'll leave. I wouldn't want to upset Hassie again.
Of course he wouldn't. What kind of a boy do you think he is?
Well, can you get him started in 5 minutes, Harvey?
Oh, sure.
All right, 5 minutes. But, Luke?
Yeah, Sugar Babe?
I want you to go along with your pocket watch ready just to make sure.
Yeah, come on, Harv.
It's a good thing I'm the most wonderful, kindly, patient human being who ever lived.
Well, you're back. And not a second too soon.
Kate, don't.
Well, Harvey is with you, ain't he?
Oh, sure, yeah, he's here, all right, yeah.
Harvey! Clothes, they're covered with paint.
Well, I couldn't help it. can was open and I didn't see it.
It could have happened to anybody. The boy was looking at plans and walking around, and, well, it's just one of them freaky accidents.
Oh, you and your boat. You ruined everything. Honestly, Grandpa.
Well, now, Hassie, don't get mad at your grandfather. He didn't do it. It was an accident.
You're as bad as he is.
Now, Hassie, I'm sorry, but it wasn't anybody's fault.
Of course not.
Look, I can take you to the movies tomorrow night.
Don't bother. I don't ever want to see you again.
Okay. That's how you want it? I tried to explain to you, but you're just too stubborn to listen, so we'll let it go at that.
That's just fine with me.
Me too.
So, you played football again Lakeside, huh?
Senor Grandpa, it's almost done.
Yeah, well, thanks, Peppino, for finishing it.
Well, it might not be perfect, but
That's all right.
well, you don't seem very excited.
Well, all the trouble it caused in the family sort of took the joy out of the thing.
Oh, Hassie'll get over it.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And little Luke and I, we were trying to figure out a name for the boat.
No, not now, Peppino. I just ain't that much interested. Yeah, I guess we're getting into supper. I suppose in time I'll learn to love you again.
Well, this beef turned out pretty good, didn't it?
Nice gravy. Nice gravy.
Hassie, them string beans is real good.
I'm just not hungry.
Well, you ain't been hungry for more than a week now, Hass. Huh. Now, you get so skinny that you'll be able to come in the front door without opening it.
I bet Hassie would eat her string beans if Harvey Nash fed them to her.
Mind your own business.
I have no interest in Harvey Nash.
I saw him today.
Who cares?
He was riding around with Nancy Crenshaw in her new car.
So?
Fourth time I seen him.
I don't care. Besides, he's only been with her twice, and the third time was to take her to the library, so it doesn't count.
Nancy sure has a slick car, all red with a big chrome front.
The only way she could get Harvey is with that big car.
Now, Hassie, it's not that.
It's true, Kate. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. Last year, Father bought her 2 horses just to attract a boy. Oh, let's forget it. The year before that, it was a motor scooter. Do we have to discuss it? I wish everybody would stop talking about it. Excuse me, please.
Grandpa?
Ash, sometimes I wish your mouth was in your pocket so you could sit on it at meals times.
All I was going to do is mention about naming the boat.
Oh, that.
Well, I thought we ought to call it the Little Luke.
The little Luke? Well, I don't see no reason for that. Besides, boats is all she's, ladies. Like the Queen Mary and the Nina and the Santa Maria and the Sea Witch.
Oh, she's, huh, Luke? Kate,
Yes, Grandpa?
I think you and Hassie should ought to go berry picking tomorrow.
Berry picking.
Oh, what put that in your mind, Grandpa?
Well, all right, Dr. Big Mouth. You just get yourself into your room and take them big ears with you.
Right this way, Hassie. Right over here.
But, Kate, we've never found berries over here by the lake before.
Oh, well, Flora McMichael said she found a whole new berry patch. Enough for 3 delicious pies and a tart.
I don't see any.
Well, nobody does. That's why there's so many of them laying around. You just gotta look harder, that's all. Now, right this way.
I don't see why we have to pick berries today. Are we going to...
Oh, Hassie, your hair.
It's all right. I'll fix it when I get home.
Oh, no, that'll be too late.
Too late? What do you mean?
Oh, well, it's just that I think you should look nice all the time, even in the woods. Now, come on. You go over there, and I'll try this way.
The lake's down there. There aren't any berries by the lake.
Oh, Florrie said she found them right by the water, right down there. And you know, Florrie never lies about berries. Now, go on. Luke, Grandpa.
Hi.
What are you doing here?
Standing in your boat?
My boat?
Uh-huh. Did you See the name?
Yes, it's very nice.
Do they look friendly to each other?
No, they're just kind of standing there.
Maybe this way of getting them together wasn't such a good idea after all.
I'll start the gramophone. That ought to help. No.
Fire up the Victrola now, you might scare them away.
So seeing it's your boat, they thought it'd be nice if I kind of helped you get used to riding in it.
Oh, they did they? Well, you can tell them from me that I don't want to have anything to do with it.
Well, they went to an awful lot of work on this boat, Hassie. The least you can do is take a little ride with me.
Well,
Oh, it's such a nice afternoon. The lake's so nice and calm. And I'll do all the rowing.
Well, just for a minute, maybe. Where's the music coming from?
Imagine.
Well, that sure ain't helping none.
You could cut the air between them with an ice pick.
It'd be a waste of time.
Yes, I guess we did. We're sinking! Help! Help!
They're going under. Look. Make yourself all wet. Ain't that deep?
We'll never speak to Harvey now for sure.
How about that?
Say, now that they's together, let's get Harvey to help us pull the boat out.
Grandpa! Shut up already. No more about Grandpa.
The Real McCoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the Real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he may take Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia, they came to stay in sunny California. Old Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the Real McCoys.
Hi, Florrie. Anybody at home?
Oh, come in.
Hiya, Florrie.
Yeah, Florrie. We brought you some strawberries. We had more than we could use.
We thought you and George would like them. They make delicious preserves.
I know. What a nice surprise. All of you dropping by. And I'm flattered that you came too, little Luke.
Well, there's nobody to leave me with.
But you was anxious to see your Aunt Florrie and your Uncle George, wasn't you?
Sure.
Where is that honorary brother of yours, Florrie?
Oh, George is out in the barn. You wait here and I'll get him.
No, you don't need to do that, Florrie. Let me go out and surprise the old goat.
Oh, please, Amos, don't.
Why, something wrong?
No, Amos. He's just, I'll go and call him. It's better that way.
Well, this is the darndest thing I ever heard of.
Grandpa, can't George have something private if he wants to?
Of course he can have something private. Just so long as I know what it is.
Oh, Grandpa, stop fussing. George probably got a sick cow out there, and he just don't want to be disturbed.
Your eyes are kind of watery blue, ain't they?
They're your nicest feature, and I want to get them just right. Flora, I wish you wouldn't bust in on me like this.
George, the McCoys are here.
They are.
Amos wanted to come down, but I told him I'd call you. You don't want him down here, do you?
No. This is something that Amos would never understand, a fellow having a hobby. And besides, I ain't in no mood to listen to his wisecracks. Help me get some of this stuff away, Flora, in case he comes snooping. Coming too far.
What?
Pull my palate, will you, Flora?
And George.
I've been painting so much, my thumb kind of swole up on me.
George, what about this?
Oh, just put it any place, will you, Flora? It's just what I daub my brush on. Well, Flora, will you get these things somewhere, please, out of sight? Flora, my palate. Will you pull my palate? George!
I thought I'd come down anyways. Hi, George. No, you and me ain't got no secrets. What's that you got there?
Look, Amos.
Flora, you better go. This talk might get kind of rough.
All right, George.
Well, your little nephew's in town, huh? I didn't know he done painting. Where's little feller at? He must be 5 or 6 years old by now. Oh, another one, huh? Hey, George, you developed a twitch or something?
No, I didn't develop no twitch.
You, George? You?
Yes, me. Now, what about it?
That's the funniest thing I ever heard. Why are you doing it, George?
You wouldn't understand. I just do it for my own amusement.
Oh, you ought to get a lot of laughs out of it. What is it?
Well, can't you see it's a grapefruit?
A grapefruit?
Well, I ain't finished it yet.
Hey, let me get that off in your hand before you hurt yourself. Give me that.
Florrie told us what it was all about, and I think it's really wonderful.
Wonderful? Well, you ain't seen them yet.
I think they're just fine. But they're fine, aren't they, Luke?
Oh, yeah, you bet your life they are. Well, look at that one there. Look at that. Now, that sunset looks so real, you almost got to squint at it.
Well, you better squint, because it'll squirt. It's a grapefruit.
Oh, you ain't finished it yet.
You like it, don't you, little Luke?
I think it's real keen. Best painting I ever seen. And you don't have to shove me. I know what I'm supposed to say.
I appreciate you trying to make me feel good, but I just do it for my own pleasure.
Well, I like him, George. As a matter of fact, I'd kind of like to have one. But I'll pay you for it, of course.
What? Well, this one's finished. This one's finished. You can have it, Kate, and I wouldn't think of asking no money.
Oh, well, thank you, George. I'd know just where I'm going to hang it, too.
Yeah, that'd be the perfect place, Rich. Except it might stop the hens from laying.
In the dining room.
The dining room? Why, that's where we eat.
And that's just where we're going to hang it, too.
Yeah, caught that fish myself. Put it in a platter and just paint it. It could be better, but I had to paint it real fast, as you can well understand.
Well, I guess we better be running along. Thanks, George.
Yeah, George, just...
Thanks
for bringing over
the strawberries. Oh, that's all right, Florrie. Here, little Luke, you carry it. And be careful not to fall down now.
You know, don't pay no mind to what Kate just said. You fall down if you want it.
Well, you get back to work now. You see, they liked everything, George. Except Amos, of course. And what does he know about art?
No, Flora, I think they was just trying to be kind.
Oh.
When my grapefruits look like sunsets, it's time to hang up my brush.
George, that's just silly. You're only doing this for your own pleasure. Now, you go ahead.
Look at him laying there in the platter, one eye staring. And I still say he's just staring at me.
Grandpa, it's your imagination. Well, I don't think it looks half bad now that we put our frame on it.
It looks worse because it stands out more.
Look, Grandpa, now, just forgetting about the picture, we got to consider George's feelings.
Sure, after asking for it, he couldn't come over here and not see it hung.
We can tell him somebody stole it. That'll make him feel good.
No, Grandpa. You've hurt George enough already. Why, Florrie told me he'd give up painting on account of you.
Well, he didn't give up soon enough.
Come in, Mr. Daggett.
You said you had something you wanted to sell, Mr. McCoy.
What are you selling behind my back, Kate?
Oh, Grandpa, just them things I took out of the attic 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I suppose you're going to rob us blind again, Daggett, huh?
You called me. I didn't call you.
They're in here, Mr. Daggett.
You steal the gold fillings out in your teeth if you don't watch it.
Yeah, well, he still pays better than any other junk dealer.
Yeah, I suppose so. Well, this ain't going to stay here except when George is around.
Now, Grandpa.
Hey, then look. He dumped this in the closet someplace.
Wait a minute, Grandpa. I got myself a dead lizard. Maybe Uncle George will paint him for me.
Look, do like I tell you.
Well, I gotta go to my room.
Just put it right there, Mr. Daggett.
Hey, you selling all them valuable treasures?
Yes, Grandpa.
Why, there's things in there that's priceless. Now, where could you buy anything like that nowadays? We should be dealing with a museum instead of Daggett.
Please, Grandpa, just sell them.
Yeah, and may the best man win.
McCoy, whenever you think you've got me softened up, we'll talk money.
$50 for the lot, not a penny less.
$3.
Are you out of your head?
$3.50, and I'm leaving.
It's a deal. Almost like you meet a man halfway.
50 cents. What's this?
What's what? Oh, that.
I like that.
You do?
What's it doing on the floor?
Well, I was just taking it down to the bank for safekeeping. The rarest treasure in the whole house.
I'll give you $20 for it.
$20? Leave the picture here.
But, Grandpa, you told me.
I know what I told you, but you just leave it here now.
But, Grandpa!
Go on. Forget what I told you and get yourself a glass of milk. I'll just have to keep reminding the boy. It's yours, Daggett, for $20. Now I'll help you with the other stuff. You get that out there and I'll pass you this out the door. Well, ain't seen one like you in a long time.
Oh, beautiful. Gotta bring $40 easy.
George's painting. Where is it?
Oh, I just sold it to Daggett for $20. There's Andrew Jackson staring you right smack in the face.
$20 for that fish?
Beautiful thing, won't it, Luke? Kate, I gotta hand it to you. You're sure a good judge of art.
Oh, what about George?
Well, what about George? It just means he's got talent. I gotta drive over and tell him the good news and start him painting again. We're both gonna be rich.
Look, Amos, I ain't painting no more, so save the wisecracks.
Who's wisecracking, George? You see this?
So?
Well, that's just what Roy Daggett gave me for your fish picture. I was all wrong about your painting, George.
Daggett, he gave you $20 for my fish?
That's the truth, George.
He liked it, Amos.
Here.
Flora! Ain't had to brush my hands since you was here. He liked it. He really liked it, huh?
Take it easy now, George.
My palate, I gotta get to work.
Hey, calm down now, George.
Yeah, let me see. I remember. A watery blue. A watery blue. Put it upside down. Stuck again. No. Blue. Big.
Please simmer down now. Here.
I'm so excited, Amos.
Let me get that off your stomach before you bust it.
Thanks, Amos.
Now,
Daggett liked it, huh?
Yeah,
he really liked it.
Yeah. You better do a little talking about your futures.
You know,
set yourself down now. Now,
about this $20, old friend.
Well, that's really yours, Amos. I gave you folks the picture. You know, my reward is knowing there's a deep appreciation for my painting. Of course, I could use a little money for paint. I'm hitting bottom in my burnt sienna.
We'll split it. Now, George, you can count on Daggett taking everything to turn out.
Well, Amos, I wouldn't be interested in selling. I just do it for my own amusement.
Your own amusement? Well, how can you be so selfish?
Selfish?
There ain't no other word for it. Why, there's people all over the world just a-panting for pictures from great artists like you. Here you want to hide them in your bar. I wouldn't want that on my conscience, George.
Well, Amos, I don't want to do anything to hurt the people. This has all happened so fast.
I know
Amos,
you do the right thing, George. Now we got to finish that grapefruit. And then we got that thing over there with the 2 eyes on it.
That's going to be a cow, Amos.
A cow, huh? Yeah, how long is it going to take you to finish them?
Oh, a couple of months, I'd say.
A couple of months?
Well, I could run my ranch.
Well, you got a duty to the people, don't you see? They're waiting. You got to slush on this pig at top speed.
I suppose you're right, Amos.
Now, one more thing, George. The business end. Now, you know, it just ain't right for artists to get mixed up with money, you see.
It ain't,
No, it ain't. And I'm going to take that awful worry off your shoulders. I'm going to split with you 50-50.
Anything you say, Amos.
Well, we might as well get to work now. There ain't no time like the present. A cow, huh? Well, now, at this point, it could be most anything, couldn't it? How about making 2 fishes? We know that they're good sellers. Looking at it, George, just keep that brush moving. The world is waiting, you know. And don't forget, I got Daggett coming over to my house tonight.
George, I brought you some lunch.
Sit right down here, Florrie.
But I wanted to be sure that...
That's all right, Florrie.
But
don't worry,
Amos,
don't worry.
Is that the only one he finished, Grandpa?
No, he'll be bringing the cow over any minute now. How do you like it, Kate? What's she so all-fired happy about?
Well, I don't know.
Grandpa, you know I don't like this whole thing.
Well, now, look, Kate. George is going to be famous, and he's going to make some money. And we're going to make some money. Is that any crime?
Grandpa, you've got George so far up in the clouds. What if his paintings ain't as good as you think they are? Wait, he's going to have an awful long way to fall.
But, Sugar Babe, we know his paintings are worth money.
Sure, at least $20. And they say a painting don't reach top value while the artist is living. But after George kicks the bucket, he'll be worth a fortune. Florrie, George, come on in.
Evening.
Well, George, you look like a real genuine artist.
Well, when in Rome. You know, Kate, you're allowed to keep these things on in the house.
Oh, of course.
They're called barrettes.
Did you bring out a picture with you, George?
Got it right here, Amos.
Oh, a wonderful Guernsey cow.
Here, let me hang it up, Grandpa.
Well, let me take your coat, Florrie.
Oh, I don't think we're staying. George would rather not.
No, folks. You see, with Daggett coming and knowing how much he likes my painting, well, I blush kind of evil.
George, I got the cow squinting at the grapefruit.
Looks good, joined it, Amos. That's probably Daggett's card. Come on, Flora.
Yeah, I'll take care of everything, George. I'll see you in the morning.
Thanks for everything. Good evening, Mr. Daggett.
Good evening.
Enjoy yourself. Flora, be nice to hear what he has to say, eh?
Whatever you say, George.
Let's kind of sneak up on the porch, eh?
You got more of the same, huh? Is this what you brought me over here for?
Well, what's the matter with them?
Where are the frames?
Well, we just didn't put no frames around them.
What do you think I paid you $20 for?
are you trying to say?
Do you mean to tell me you think that painting was worth anything?
And you bought that picture just to get the frame?
That's right. It was antique. Gold leaf.
And you mean the picture wasn't no good, eh, Tom?
It was a waste of good canvas. I don't know who did it, but as an artist, he was a good plumber. What people trying to palm off on you?
What are you going to tell him, Grandpa?
I don't know. I just don't know. Luke, get the cookie jar.
But, Grandpa, what...
Go get it, Luke.
George, why don't we just go home?
No, Flora. No sense of making them look at them paintings any longer.
But tomorrow'd be time enough.
Thank you, Flora. But no, I better get them.
Oh, George, you forget something? Say, Daggett was just crazy about the pictures. Didn't do as good as I thought we would, but we still done all right. Here.
No, thanks, Amos. But I'll take my pictures. I heard everything.
Oh.
Guess it must look pretty silly to all you, huh?
No, George, no. It was my fault, and I'm sorry.
Oh, nobody's fault, Amos. I just ain't much of a painter, that's all.
George, that's not the important thing. The important thing is that you did something that made you happy.
Well, that's right, George. I mean, this whole thing just started as a hobby, and that's what it ought to be. Nothing more.
A man don't have to have a hobby to be happy. Amos, there ain't got a hobby, and he's doing all right.
Grandpa, you could do George a good turn.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know darn well what she's talking about, Grandpa.
Now, Luke, that's my own private business, and everybody in this house took a sacred pledge not to talk about it. Wait a minute, George.
What's Amos going to do?
You'll see, Flora.
I appreciate you all trying to encourage me, but, well, when a man's heart ain't in it anymore, it's...
Just wait a minute, George, please.
My hobby.
Just what is the hobby?
Clay modeling, can't you see?
Hey, George, Grandpa's been doing this for some time now.
Yeah, I've been doing it for my own amusement. Never could see no good reason why I should tell nobody about it. Of course, it's like you, George. I wasn't too good at the beginning, but, well, I kept practicing. You can see how it pays off.
Sorry. Time to put the beret back on again. I'm going to do a portrait of you. Let me see the eyes. Watery blue. Perfect. I still get some left over from the cow.
The Real McCoys, starring Walter Brennan, created by Irving Pincus.
Want you to meet the family known as the Real McCoys. That's Grandpappy Amos, the head of the clan. He roars like a lion, but he's gentle as a lamb. And now here's Luke, who beams with joy since he made Kate Mrs. Luke McCoy. From West Virginia they came to stay in sunny California. Old Grandpappy Amos and the girls and the boys of the family known as the Real McCoys.
Sacks of string beans, please.
Doggone you and your highway jokes. Getting my business nerves all riled up.
I was just trying to put a smile in your day, Senor Grandpa.
There ain't nothing going to make me smile. Except if my wandering honeybees comes home. I just sold the last jar of honey.
Well, it's too bad.
And them little honeybees has been bringing us in $40 a month.
Well, look on the bright side, Senor Grandpa. Maybe they come back.
No, they won't come back. When a heavy rain like that drives them out, you see, they get lost and confused.
Well, that's the way the enchilada bounces.
Oh, quit tossing them fern mortars at me. Why aren't you doing your chores?
I have to go to the post office for Luke. He's got a package.
What is it?
I'm not supposed to tell you.
Maybe something for my birthday, huh? Ain't something out of the catalog?
I don't know nothing. How's the honey business?
Oh, we just been through that. What's in the package?
I better go to the house now.
Might as well close up the stand and go find out for myself. How's the body going to enjoy a surprise if he don't know what it is?
We're going to have a happy grandpa on our hands.
He's very worried about losing the money from the honeybee. Yeah, well, he won't have to worry no more. Oh, look at there. They even got a booklet in there. Shows you how to sell it. When approaching a prospective customer...
All right, where's my present? All right, let's see it. What is it, a fishing outfit or something? Well, just don't stand there. Come on, surprise me. What kind of a birthday present is that for a 66-year-old man?
That ain't no birthday present, Grandpa. That's the answer to all our money problems.
Huh?
Yeah. Stall fresh for sweetening barns.
Luke's going to sell it around here.
You mean you're going to be a drummer?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, look, we're farmers. We ain't drummers. What money we earn out of our land.
But, Grandpa, all I'm trying to do is give you
I would like
money
to stay
for the argument, but I haven't been invited. Adios.
Grandpa, we thought you'd really cotton to the idea.
Yeah, Grandpa, I'm doing this for all of us. I don't see nothing wrong with selling something. You act like it's a crime.
Well, it is a crime, Luke, the way I look at it. Look what happened to your Uncle Harry.
What's Uncle Harry got to do with it?
Well, Uncle Harry was the only McCoy that ever drummed. He was like you, Luke. Respectable, steady. Then he took to drumming. First off, it was wagon wheel spokes from farm to farm.
Well, I heard he done real good at it.
Sure he did, but he wasn't satisfied with that. He wanted to be up there with them other dandies.
Well, Grandpa, Luke's only going to do it for a little while.
That's what Uncle Harry thought. Then he took to wearing derby hats and celluloid collars and selling barber chairs from town to town.
Well, Grandpa, I ain't going to do that.
Luke, it'll take a hold of you. You get helpless. Pretty soon you'll be chewing toothpicks. You'll have a big shiny pin growing out of your shirt front. No, Luke. I can't see you going the way Uncle Harry went.
Well, Grandpa, ain't you forgetting something?
What's that?
Uncle Harry went on to New York City, and he bought himself 2 apartment houses, 3 automobiles, and a garter factory. He become a rich man.
Well, maybe so. But money can't buy the kind of living we got. Say, Kate, you got any more of that stiff cardboard rail?
Good evening, sir, madam, as the case may be.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Now, I'm Luke McCoy, your neighborhood stall fresh representative.
He looks more like Uncle Harry every time he comes in.
Take him no mind. So you're the stallfish man?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, just what is stallfish, my good man?
What is stall fresh? Stall fresh, ma'am, is the new barn deodorizer that makes your barn smell as fresh as spring. Yeah. Smell.
What are you doing?
Well, it said to demonstrate as soon as possible.
You better go back to tipping your hat. You was doing better at that.
I'm sorry, sugar babe.
That's all right, Luke.
Oh, jingos. Don't look like I'm going to make much of a door-to-door salesman.
Oh, now, Luke. That's all right. Well, you got a nice personality, Luke, and why, door-to-door selling ain't the only kind. There's other ways. You can invite some of the farmers into our barn and just show them how good Stall Fresh is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea, Sugar Babe.
Well, that's the most honest way to do it anyway.
Yeah, well, then that's exactly what I'll do then.
Well, I say this is the beginning of the end. Turning a barn into a selling place.
Okay, fellas, just all take a seat there someplace, wherever you can find something to sit on. Just kind of make yourself comfy like there. That's it. Earl, Tom, Charlie, Sam, ask yourselves this question. Do I have barn happiness? Well, then, ask yourselves another question. In the morning, is your barn dreary and unpleasant? If all them answers is no, and by rights they should be, then you need Stall Fresh. Stall Fresh, the barn deodorizer that beautifies your mornings. I'll demonstrate. Now, you see, fellas, the beauty part of this product here is that you only got to use it twice a week, and it makes your barn smell as sweet as your parlor. Just step right in here in this stall, fellas, and breathe it in, and you'll get the idea. Just try that out there. Start. Y'all breathed in?
Go on with the talk.
Look, Sam Watkins ain't finished breathing yet. It's getting to you? It's kind of nice, ain't it? Now, I supposing we all sashay down at the end stall there, just by way of contrasting. Huh? Try that out now. That's the part that ain't been stalled fresh. Just go in there and breathe in. That's it, Sam.
Look, that's good stuff. I think I'll take some.
All right, Sam.
Can I have this can here?
Oh, no, Sam, I can't let you have that. You see, that's my sample. Right now, I'm just going to take your money and the orders, and then in a few days, I'll go down to the express office and pick the stuff up, and I'll deliver it to you.
Well, it's fine with me. You can put me down for 7 cans. I think it'll make mighty fine gifts.
Well, now, there's an idea.
Boys, I really think Luke's got something.
Yeah, come on, fellas, just gather around here, and I'll take your orders. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, Luke, I'm so proud of you. You were just wonderful.
Well, I seen an awful lot of farmer traffic moving out that door. And they was moving real fast, too. Luke, I told you was wasting of time. The farmer loves the way his barn smells. It's real homey. And when you get to fiddling around with nature, well, you're getting yourself into trouble. Some Eastern dude figures a farmer wants barn perfume. But the one thing he don't know is that the smell of a real barn is perfumey to a farmer.
Grandpa.
Luke, you ought to know that farmers are just too gall-darn smart to be took in by... What's that?
That's $78.
Somebody lose their wallet?
No, Grandpa. Them smart farmers you've been talking about just bought $78 worth of Stall Fresh.
Well, them stupid hicks.
Grandpa, them farmers has discovered barn happiness. And this is just the beginning. I ain't even talked to 1/10 the farmers around here.
Luke, you got Uncle Harry fever writ all over you. Pitiful. Just pitiful. That's what it is. It just ain't natural for a farmer to be making drum of money. And it ain't natural for a barn not to smell like a barn. Why, I feel like I lost my best friend. Please pass the toast, Mr. Drummer.
Luke, what's wrong?
Clap him on the back.
You all right now?
Something get stuck in your windpipe?
No, it's the milk. It tastes terrible. It's sour or something. I'm not hungry anymore.
Oh, it sure is bitter. Luke,
Tastes terrible.
I told you so. I knowed it.
You know what?
You fooled around with Barney here. Now you're paying for it.
Oh, now what's that got to do with bitter milk?
It's got everything to do with it. When you try to change the air that the cows used to breathe in, then you're setting yourself into some trouble.
Oh, Grandpa.
You think that all milk is just clover and alfalfa and water? Then you got another thing coming. There's a fine, delicate piece of machinery called a cow. It's got to make it. Now, if this machinery ain't working well, the milk's spoiled, you see. And that cow is just plumb upset to what you done to her barn.
Well, now, Grandpa, you don't really think that could have anything to do with it?
Why, of course it could. All that barn perfumey is now settled on the hay. She ain't only smelling it, she's eating it. Luke, I knowed all along no good had come of this. I just knowed it.
Well, now, wait a minute, Grandpa.
Now, Luke, someday you're going to learn to listen to me, and then you'll be sorry.
Now, wait a minute. Let's not get panicky over this. Luke, if what Grandpa says is right, the worst that can happen is we give the farmers back their money and forget the whole thing.
That's right.
Well, I can't give it back to him. I mailed it in already.
Oh, Luke.
And it says right in my order book that once delivery's accepted, the product can't be returned.
$78 right down the drain.
Wait a minute. They ain't delivered it yet. We can go into town and stop the order.
What? We'll do just that. Why didn't I think of that?
Well, I don't know.
I was sitting there worried.
Now, why don't you cut out this joint and let's get going?
For a minute there, I was afraid we was in trouble.
I was coming by the express office, Senor Luke, and I thought I would save you the trip.
Well, Mr. Drummer, leastwise we're going to smell good on the way to the poorhouse.
That's had 3 calves. She looks like a spring chicken.
Well, we'll find out soon enough what's wrong with her. Doc Thornton should be here in a few minutes.
Doc Thornton? Is that the only vet you could call?
Well, Dr. Wilson's out of town, Luke.
Oh, but Doc Thornton's the biggest gossip in the county. Everybody will know about our problem. Even if Stall Fresh didn't hurt Dorothy here, well, nobody'd ever buy it. They'd be scared to death.
Well, we just won't tell him, Luke. We're just 2 people who want to find out why Dorothy's giving bitter milk.
Good. Good idea. Oh, yeah, wait a minute here. I want to cover this up so Doc Thornton don't see it. Hi, Doc.
Doctor?
Hello, folks. Sorry I'm a little late.
Oh, that's all right. Here, Dorothy's over here.
All right. That's funny. Well, probably just my imagination. Well, so, this is the little lady right here, huh?
Yeah, Doc, that's Dorothy. She's giving bitter milk.
Bitter milk, huh? Well, now, let's see here. Steady now, sweet lips. Bitter milk, huh? Bitter milk. Now, that's not a nice thing for a little girl to do.
How does she sound, Doc? You think it's anything serious?
Well, I just want to get a little something so that I can have it analyzed. We know something caused it. See here. You know, you're a pretty little girl, and I could make you a movie star overnight. Put them at their ease. Yes, sir. Everybody's got their troubles. You know the Hobarts?
Oh, sure, Doc. How's her tongue look?
Well, don't say anything about it, but they got a mighty sick goat over there. They're trying to keep it from the old man. You see, the old man and the goat, they started the farm together. And now they're telling the old man the goat's got to go away for a while.
That's a shame. How long do you think the test is going to take, Doctor?
Oh, about 3 days. I'd like to have the milk tested, too, Luke.
Oh, yeah, I got a little bottle set aside for you, Doc.
Good. You know, I never like to leave anything to guesswork. And that, in the old days, mighty sweet hay. Yes, sir, in the old days, it was all guesswork. But today and now, it's test this and test that. And pretty unusual taste of that hay, Luke.
Oh, is that so?
maybe I better have this tested, too, while we're at it. You never know what can happen. Something might have been dropped into that hay, like paint or whitewash. Could have been any one of a dozen things. Well, that's about all I can do here. Now I'm on my way to a broken chicken beak.
Thanks for coming by, Doc.
Well, it's my pleasure. And to be on the safe side, I believe you better keep Dorsey covered up. Well, this will be fine for him.
Oh, yeah, Doc, yeah, we'll use
Well,
this.
you'll hear from me in a few days.
Yeah.
Why, of course. Mrs. McCoy, that's mighty fine perfume you've got on. How can I get some for my wife?
Well, that all depends, Doc. In a couple of days, I might be able to get you all you want.
Well, you'll hear from me. Bye-bye.
That's all right.
Doctor.
Bye, Doc. Thanks
Bye-bye.
for coming. Bye. That does it for me. When he tasted that hay, I like to die.
Well, I guess Grandpa was right.
Of course I'm right. We got a $78 loss to prove it.
I wouldn't blame you if you never had nothing to do with me ever again.
Of course I'm going to have something to do with you. Just because a man makes one mistake don't mean that I'm going to cut him out of the McCoy picture.
Grandpa, I don't know what to say.
There's only one thing to do, Luke. And that's to pay off these farmers, then tell them to forget it.
How?
Well, we got some money in the cooking jar. And what we can't pay, we'll work off.
But, Grandpa, you didn't have nothing to do with this.
Boy, this is the only way we can do it. Now, we're in this thing all together.
This is a mighty fine thing you're doing, Grandpa.
Well, Kate, McCoy name's been handed down for years and years. And all us McCoy men has kept it clean. That is, all except Uncle Harry.
Grandpa, I guess you're just about the finest man I ever knowed.
Oh, I reckon I got a few faults, Luke, if you was to look real close. All right, Sleeping Beauty, get yourself up out of there.
Oh, I'm sorry, Senor Grandpa. I was thinking of all the work I am going to do for you. Made me so tired I fell asleep.
Well, you can start some of that work right now. This stuff you're sleeping on here ain't doing no good except taking up barn space. So take it out and dump it somewheres.
Where, Senor Grandpa?
Anywheres. I don't care where I don't see it, smell it, or think about it.
See, I will do it tomorrow.
Look, you take it out now. Don't be putting off everything like you do everything else.
So I will do it in a little while.
I said right now. Now get it out of here.
Right now. See.
What is it, Sugar? Is it on fire?
No, Doc Thornton just called, and he had the milk analyzed, and it was bitter because the cow ate some wild onions.
What? Onions? Then we're still in the stove fresh business.
Ain't it wonderful, Luke? Just think, Grandpa, we almost threw away our... Something wrong, Grandpa?
Yeah, sort of.
Grandpa, what is it?
Why, your dumb, ignorant old grandpa told Pepina to dump all that stuff early this morning.
Oh, Grandpa.
No.
Yeah, I told him all right.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my. That's awful.
If you'd only known.
Say, wait a minute. Just one darn minute. Maybe we ain't got nothing to worry about after all.
What do you mean?
Well, you know how that Pepina is. He never does nothing the first time I tell him. All us have to tell him a second time.
That's right, Luke. He's never done it yet.
Well, quick, let's get him.
Here he is. Sleeping Beauty. You can count on him. Pepina, you don't have to make no excuses for not dumping the stuff.
Yeah, we ain't gonna ball you out.
Yeah, we're glad you didn't do what you told to do.
I hope you're not talking about what I am positive you are.
Stop it.
Yeah, I dumped it.
You dumped it? Well, you knothead. Why did you have to pick this one time to obey orders?
Senor Grandpa,
Pepina, it's not your fault. Peppino, we found out that there was nothing wrong with the stall fresh and we could have sold it.
Ay, Chihuahua.
I don't know what to say, Luke. Seems like I'm always doing the wrong thing.
Grandpa, we're not mad at you. What's done's done.
Yeah, that's right, Grandpa. I mean, there's no point in crying over spilt stall fresh.
Well, we lost a lot of money, but we're still rich and forgiving us.
Kate! Keep my arm. It's a pain and awful.
Oh, simmer down, simmer down.
Well, let me take a look. Boy, that smarts. Oh, a little poultice will take care of that. It's just a little old bee sting.
Making all that fuss over a bee sting.
Bee sting where?
Right here.
Not on you, you ninny. Where on the farm?
Up in the big oak tree. There's a whole bunch of... Hey, what about my arm?
They're back. They're back. The little sweethearts is back.
Look, there's thousands of them.
Arriba, Bumblebee! Is somebody watching over us every minute? With the bees back and working hard for us while we pay off that $78 in no time.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wonder why they come here instead of going to the bee boxes.
Well, I don't know. Something sweet smelling around here brought them back.
So this is where I dumped all the stall fresh. Was I right or wrong?
The best hired hand a man ever had.
Well, it's always nice to know where you stand from 1 minute to the next.